the New York Knicks. I'm back in the New York groove. Well, it's the Knicks. New York. We are the New York Knicks. New York. For this new season we're about to enter, the Knicks is taking no shorts, it's like winter.
New York, New York.
New York be about the Knicks, huh?
But the best thing about New York City is
K-N-I-C-K-S.
Everybody say go New York, go New York, go!
Go New York, go New York, go!
Hey everybody, it's the New York Knicks podcast, episode 585. This is our live fantasy draft episode. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a long one. Martin will be joining us any minute now. He's actually coming on as I speak, which is good because running this draft, doing it solo was not going to be a fun thing. So the draft is just starting right now. We got our first nomination, which is Jokic, who's going to go for a ton of money. And see what happens. So the live fantasy draft, we're doing auction style. You get $200, and when it's your turn to draft, instead of getting the player, you nominate them, and everyone bids on them. How you doing, Martin?
What's up, man?
How's it going?
Just got in. Oh, tons of fun.
You sound absolutely thrilled.
I had Vietnamese food, so that made me happy.
Okay, that's good. The draft just started. The very first player is up for nomination right now.
All right. Do you have the draft on the screen?
Go to either youtube.com/ you know what? I could probably share it with you.
Well, it's up to you. I mean, I don't know how you're broadcasting.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to mess with it. Go to twitch.tv/crumpled bacon or youtube.com/TITOWAJ. Either one of those, and you should see the results. So, you're being summoned, by the way.
That's why I went on mute.
Jokic is up. He's going for $78 right now.
Crumpled bacon?
Is, twitch.tv/crumpled bacon.
Not crumpled bacon?
Crumpled with a P.
No, I know. I spelled it bad.
So Jokic went for 78. Too rich for my blood. We have 14 people in the league, so I feel like the top players always go for more because there's more competition for them. When there's 10 people, like the later rounds still have really good people.
Is 14 more than normal? I feel like that's higher.
I think a lot of drafts have around 10. When you have 10 teams, it's easier to get good players.
No, who won last year?
Stark's 2 for 18, which was his second straight victory in the league.
So we need to copy what he does.
Yeah. So Embiid just went for 70.
Ben Simmons, draft him first. Do it. Do Ben Simmons, then Kyrie Irving.
I mean,
and Russell Westbrook.
Simmons got 6 turnovers in his first game back.
Hey, maybe could there be a reverse fantasy league where all the bad stats count for points? Do all the people that cause problems. Draymond Green, Jordan Poole.
Did you see that? See that punch?
It's a pretty good one. I like how the Warriors are like, who leaked this out? Come on, they know who leaked it out and how it got leaked out.
Durant just went for 71. Doncic is up now. People are coming out swinging. They're not putting out lower ranked players.
What do you get? 200.
200. So yeah, if you spend 70 on the first player, you got to spend 130 on the next.
No, they're the picks. Joker. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so there's 13 spots.
Oh, so it's auction. So whoever bids the most gets the guy. Got it.
Yeah.
So who's nominating the players? Who gets to do that?
It's kind of like in a snake draft. Whenever it's your turn, instead of drafting the player, you nominate the draft.
I see.
And there's a bidding war for Doncic right now, 76. Will he be the most expensive player in the draft? Jokic went for 78.
Probably should.
Nope, 76. I think Jokic going for 78. I mean, Jokic should be the most expensive, I think.
It's close between these two. They're they're still getting better every year. These two.
It's insane. There's so much talent in the league now. I don't remember a year where there was this many like decent teams. Like the 12 seed in
And
each
the
conference
East
is going
too.
to be decent.
And the East is good. All of a sudden.
Yeah, the East has like 12 decent teams.
But didn't he almost get hurt at Antetokounmpo the other day?
Yeah, he's listed as game time decision. I don't think it's anything too serious.
Yeah. Although I feel like he's just a really bad injury waiting to happen.
I don't know.
Getting older. A lot of miles.
His knee bent backwards, and he came back like a game later. So
Yeah. He is the freak.
I mean, that was the most ridiculous like injury.
What,
that
when he got
wasn't
hurt in
really
the
an injury.
finals, like that year, or like he's gotten hurt a bunch of times, and we thought it was over,
Yeah,
and then he suddenly miraculously comes back.
the one where he landed and his knee bent backwards.
Yeah, that was bad.
But he missed like a game, which I don't even know how that's humanly possible. I thought his knee was done for like a year.
They're going to be good again. I mean,
They are.
There's nothing to say that they can't win the division again.
I mean, if Middleton stayed healthy, they probably would have been in the finals.
They would have been in the finals. Yep.
So Giannis went for 74. Everybody who was nominated so far has gone for this in the.
So
70s.
should it be like 70 something for your first pick? Is that what or do we wait and go cheap?
I wait a little bit. I try not to spend above like 60
So,
something.
Why does the bidding start at 1? Really? Like, I mean,
Well, because you don't know who you're going to nominate. You don't want to put up
I
like
know.
Ben
Well,
Simmons and have
I
it
hear you.
be like 30.
But like, it's going to go up. Oh, Curry's already at 60,
Yeah.
61.
Curry will probably go for around 70.
Your feed is probably ahead of what I see.
For a few seconds ahead, yeah. I mean, he's still up. So he just
64,
nope, he's at 65 now. So you're probably
65 just happened.
oh, so you're only like 2 seconds behind. That's pretty
Okay.
good.
It's not like trying to watch a streamed football game, which is you're like 2 minutes, 3 minutes behind like reality
That-
when you
yeah, that
stream
sounds
these
not
sports.
So he went for 65. And
So if the
it's-
NBA starts to stream, have fun betting on that because it'll be a delay.
right,
That's
right.
going to happen.
It is my turn to nominate, and I am going to nominate DeAndre Ayton. I'm going to stop this streak of ridiculously high paid players. Did you watch
see.
the Knicks game yesterday?
I did not. There's a team in the playoffs that I was actually watching as opposed to a team that's probably not going to make the playoffs.
Oh, right, the Mets. Yeah, well, you were
Yeah.
probably better off watching the Knicks.
I think it's 51, half a dozen the other. I think blue and orange means suck. Although, did the Knicks play well again? I did watch a little bit of the first preseason game.
They blew Indiana out, and Obi went off.
That's a bad team,
Yeah,
Indiana.
they are.
But I think there's going to be a lot of tanking this year. Whole lot of tanking.
Wembanyama looks ridiculous.
Yep, they're going to be tanking. I like how Silver's like, I don't want anyone tanking. Well, then change the rules.
Yeah, spread it out. Everyone gets a 3% chance of getting the number 1 pick.
Well, then why even have the lottery? I guess
Well, yeah, because it's still random.
yeah.
I mean, I like that better because I know their fear is like a really good team gets a really good player. So what? Like, you're rewarding teams for doing their job badly.
Yeah.
DeAndre Ayton went for 29.
Yeah, we're at what, Lillard?
46 for Lillard.
You know who the forgotten player is in this is Kawhi Leonard. When is he going to get nominated and how much is he worth now? Because supposedly he's healthy.
I bet he gets nominated soon. We got some high
God.
rollers in here. Well, one team is three teams have 2 guys each already. They want to get in,
James Harden.
spend their money, and get out.
And then hope for some flyers on some cheap guys.
Yeah, because I mean, Duhan has $61 left for 11 spots. So James Harden is
Harden.
up. I am not touching that one.
No. Although, I don't know. That team's weird. The coach is in a weird spot.
He's in the best shape of his life, according to himself.
The team is bizarrely put together. I don't know.
$59, is that fair?
For Harden?
Projected 49, average 53.8.
Then no.
Well, I mean, like I said, since we have so many teams, the top guys always go for way more.
Yeah.
Because with
I guess those averages are probably for normal sized leagues.
yeah, I mean, if you have even 2 extra teams, that's 26 extra picks.
Right. Who's next?
Harden went for 59. LaMelo Ball.
Melo. Well, the other Ball, that's going to be interesting to see if he ever gets nominated. He's hurt. He's badly hurt, right?
Yeah, he's messed up, and I really feel like
That sucks because he was getting better.
I feel like Chicago is.
They're snake bitten. They always have these guys, right, who are good, and then they get like completely destroyed, like Rose.
Without Ball, I feel like they're not that good.
No, without him, they were awesome, and then we got hurt. They started to suck. Right?
Yeah, he's kind of the glue that holds that team together. I mean,
you need a good point guard.
You do need a good point guard. It's an interesting strategy, having either 0 or 1 point guards with no backup plan.
Yeah, I wonder what team does that all the time. Actually, I come to think of it, I don't know if the Knicks have had a good point guard since Walcott Frazier.
Not for more than a month or two. I mean,
maybe Mark Jackson. I guess you can count, but
Skinny Felton was decent.
Yeah, I guess Jason Kidd for that 1 year.
Yeah, but he was like 40.
Yes,
and then he flamed out in the playoffs.
Did you see that dunk by Toppin?
That's why I was asking if you watched yesterday's game.
I saw the highlight.
And then he had 2 more
in game
within
no
a
less.
minute after that, and then he hit 2 threes. I mean, that convinced me that the Knicks could trade Randall.
What are they going to get for him? That's the question.
That's the problem. Yeah,
because they know the other teams know they don't have to pay much.
I just haven't been impressed with what I've seen for.
Can you package him and maybe a secretary to the Celtics?
Maybe a head coach to the Celtics?
Well, I would say the secretary because that seems to be what we do up there. We just, take advantage of our power. And
LaMelo went for 58.
I think it'd be funny if the Lakers coach from last year ends up to being the Celtics coach. I think that'd be pretty funny. And he does well.
LeBron James, 51.
Yeah, that's how old he is.
I mean, he's going to put up good numbers. I just worry about how many games he would play.
How many games exactly? Like load management and fake injuries. I wouldn't touch Anthony Davis.
No. Julius Randle just got nominated.
Well, how many Knicks fans are in this league?
Most. I mean, most of these people have joined the league through being fans of the podcast. So,
okay.
Projected 16, average 14. He's up to 18. I think.
So what's the ante in this league? How much does it cost to join, and what's the prize?
$25. So first place gets 200, second place gets 100, and third place gets 50.
No booby prize?
No.
Just wanted to say booby.
So Randall went for 18. That might be good value if he has a comeback year.
Yes, I don't think he could be as bad as he was last year. The question is, how much playing time will he get with the Knicks, and if he gets traded, where does he go? And he'll be probably not any more than a fourth option.
This is an interesting one, Kyrie.
Yeah, you know what the best ability is? Availability.
Well, they don't have any
vaccine
rules
right now.
Oh, you could also type in a dollar amount to nominate, just to answer your question about if we can skip like the dollar.
Oh,
because somebody just went from 18 to like 40 something.
I was just gonna say, I get there's no. It's strategically, it's maybe not smart going from 18 to 40 just because.
Well, I mean,
he 36.
He went for 48. So.
Yeah, so I guess it didn't matter there, but at some point you might overbid.
Like Tatum, you could probably skip to like 50.
Right.
Let's see if anybody does. He's at 6 right now.
The Celtics should be good, but I think the coach matters.
The coach definitely matters.
To some respect.
The coach definitely, but they also they have a weird roster. Like Williams got injured already. He might be out for a while. So then that was their only really good center.
Right.
I feel like they got a lot more out of Smart than they probably normally would.
Well, he kind of fizzled in the playoffs a little bit, right?
Yeah.
At the end.
Yeah, I feel like they should be happy with what they got last year. I wouldn't expect that again, is what I'm trying to say.
I wonder if GM comes back to the bench. It's another option.
Yeah. So Tatum went for 64.
Who will be the first Jazz player, and can you name one?
That second question's a good one.
They could be maybe the worst team of all time now.
They got
pretty
they
bad.
got Lowry Markkinen in the trade.
Remember we liked him at one point?
We have 2 teams with 3 players already.
Yep. Oh, here's Anthony Davis. I gave someone an idea if they're listening.
He's already got the game time decision. They should just leave that next to his name.
There should always
all
be like
season long.
the medical cross next to his name.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Oh, it's there. I see it.
Yep.
It's red. There it is.
Yeah, he went for 45. Which is about average. Average is 43.7. I mean, that's fine. I would not.
Too risky.
My strategy, and obviously I haven't been winning league championships in a while. I think it's been 5 or 6 years, but I don't draft any injury-prone players.
So I guess Zion is. I was about to talk about him. I think he's going to have a good year, but
I think he
will
might.
stay
I think
healthy?
he might. Like,
He looks cut.
yeah, he does. I mean, taking off weight, I think, was the key for him.
Yep. So he doesn't blow out any sneakers or any other things.
Yeah. Trae Young.
Oh, wow. In a Knicks league, Trae Young going pretty quick.
He's instantly at $49.
Oh, it's,
I mean, he's going to put up.
Steph Curry Jr.
He's going to put up good numbers.
Yeah, that's a decent team.
62.
That was my team 2 years ago that I thought would be really good. I don't know who I think is going to show up this year. There's always that one out of the blue team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cleveland was that last year.
Yeah, he's just such a wild card. I think Miami's going to fade.
Well, they're looking. I don't know. There's rumors about them making trades.
Towns got sick and lost like 20 pounds.
He got sick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It wasn't Corona, COVID.
It was something else?
It was, yeah, it was like, I don't know, a nasty flu or something. Maybe that'll help him losing the weight. He's at 59.
That's a good. That should be a really good team this year, Minnesota. They should be top 4 in the West.
Really?
or
You think top
contend with it.
4?
I do. I think another year in their belt. You know, I think they were good last year. I mean, they won the championship last year, if we remember. Oh wait, no, they just went around.
Speaking of flaming out in the playoffs, Devin Booker's up for a nomination.
Actually, no. Minnesota advanced a couple of rounds, didn't they? Or they almost won. They almost knocked off Phoenix, right?
They pushed Phoenix to, I think, 6 or 7. Like it was close.
Well, that was because their owner was harassing them.
Damn, that was really quick. Booker went for 44.
That's a weird team because another year older for Paul. Their ownership is messed up. I think Ayton's kind of unhappy.
Well, here is Tyrese Halliburton. I'm not going to get into it, I promise. But we all know how I feel
Didn't
about
you
it.
want him for like a couple times?
I wanted him for the draft.
and in a trade too, right? Didn't you want him in a trade at one point? Wasn't he rumored to be traded or something?
Well, he did
I know
get
that the
traded,
draft-
and I was
Right.
kind of mad the Knicks did not get
They
him.
didn't partake in that. Yes.
As much as I like Obi, and Obi looks good, it was just, point guard at a rookie salary versus $100 million for a point guard. It's,
Tibbs has got to trust Obi at some point.
I think people in this league are going to boost Halliburton up way past what he's worth just because to mess with me. He's at 44 already.
Well, someone's got to handle the ball on that team.
Yeah, no, I think he's going to have a really good year. I mean, I predicted he would make the All-Star team.
Is there one guy? Maybe, yeah.
He's at 49.
How about Sacramento? That's my surprise team to maybe make the playoffs. There you go. I'll throw that out there. Blind pick.
It's another weird team.
They are very weird.
I mean, they've been weird for like 15 years. So, Halliburton went for 49, slightly off of my budget.
Where are the points remaining? Is that on the screen or no?
You should be able to see on the left column. You should be able to see how many players
Oh,
they
there
have
it is.
and
There's
their
the
dollar
balance
amounts.
right there. I
Yeah.
see it. Yep. So Duhan's down to $43 left.
Yeah. And it has to get 10 players.
So that most likely not picking for a while,
Right.
unless if someone nominates some scrub or mid Carter.
Yeah. I was bidding on Murray, but he went up to 50. I don't know if I like him $50.
It's a lot for him.
I liked him at $48 though.
Inflation.
I mean, I just I don't know. I feel like there's a limit. I have a limit on all these players.
Oh, speaking of what you were saying before, Robert Williams.
I just nominated him. I always nominate injury-prone players that make other people use money.
You're giving away your strategy.
I am, but I mean, people are going to bid on him anyway.
The anti-Bill Belichick, where you don't give up your strategy.
See, he just went for $27. That's $27 less dollars I have to compete with. He was projected at 26, and the average is 20.5. So I guess other people got scared with his injury history too.
Oh, the last 2 years.
See, I didn't want to go too much higher on Murray because I know he's going to split
Here he
stats with
is.
Trae Young. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell.
The fake Nick.
Donovan Mitchell. I mean, I know he's really good.
He's one-dimensional, though.
Well, it's also, I really wish they wouldn't put the totals and they would put the per game.
Yeah. That's not a setting you can change?
No, it's really annoying because
It
like
doesn't
what is
really help you.
342? I mean, I guess,
Yeah.
it
What
is
does
3 a game.
1,755 points mean? Like, we're so used to points per game, right? Like, we know 20 is good.
Right.
I mean, we could do the math.
And did he get 1,700 points in 80 games
Short
or did
time.
he play 60 games? Like it's, big
Yeah.
difference there.
Or even points per minute is like now a more modern stat.
I don't like that because,
Yeah.
just give me points per game.
Oh, playoff P.
So Donovan Mitchell went for 40. Playoff P, he missed, he missed a few months, right? Not the whole year.
Yep.
Kawhi missed the whole year.
Kawhi missed the whole year.
I don't trust either of those guys.
That team, there's a lot of weird teams in the league. That's another weird team.
That
you
team
see
on
Steve-
paper looks amazing, but
Right, but they're not reliable.
yeah, you got Wall, George, and Kawhi. Like,
Yep.
what are you going to get out of them? Who knows?
Did you see Steve Ballmer in Seattle? Like when they played a game in Seattle, and I forgot who said it, but I agreed with it. I think it was Rich Eisen. He said, "I'm getting a lot of you'll be living in a van down by the river vibes."
So George went for 38. So now we're in the, I guess, $35 to $45 range of players. I mean, if you have a guy like Jokic and he stays healthy, spending $70, $75 on him is fine
Right.
because he puts up the production of like two other players.
Well, see, not that I'm svelte, but I think we need to get Yao Ming's chef in this because that guy's making a lot of money because Yao Ming put on a couple. I don't know if you've seen him lately.
I have. He's looking a little portly.
Yao Ming looks like he's been hitting the kitchen a lot.
Jamal Murray missed the whole year. Back. Looked a little shaky in his first game back, but it was the first game after a year.
Talk about injury prone. Even in college, right?
Was he? I don't
I think
know.
so.
He's up to 18. I think he's going to go for about 20.
That team should be good.
Average 8.6.
I think that team's going to go further than they have ever gone before.
Porter, well, that would be the finals then because they made the conference finals.
Well, yeah, but last year they bowed out early, right?
Well, they didn't have Murray or Porter.
Right.
And Porter looks good back. I mean, I know it's preseason, but he looks
They
good.
should be good. I mean, some other teams got weaker out there.
A lot of faith in Murray. He's up to 23.
Think about it. Utah's free wins now. They don't have to worry about them. Denver's going to be annoying. I mean, Dallas. Although Dallas without Brunson, that was a big loss for them.
Yeah, I mean, they'll move Dinwiddie into that spot, I guess, but like, there's no backup now. Unless you keep Dinwiddie as a backup and you have, I guess Hardaway wasn't starting because he was injured for the playoffs, right? So you move Hardaway into the starting lineup.
Yeah, Hardaway, didn't he get hurt in the first minute of a game or something like that?
Yeah, I mean that guy's always hurt.
Yeah.
Gobert.
Patient zero.
Gobert.
On a new team.
I still think they gave up way too much for Gobert.
They gave up a lot.
Was it 5
That's
picks?
A-Rod. A-Rod knows all.
I mean, he's really good in the regular season, but teams figure him out in the playoffs. Doesn't matter for fantasy, so bit away, but like
true
playoffs, like
do they have playoff fantasy? They should.
they don't. You have to do like the daily fantasy leagues.
Oh, I don't like DFS.
Well, the thing is, like, you can't keep this league going because half the teams don't make it. So then, like, half your
No,
roster's
like you
out.
do like a secondary, like a new draft, right?
redraft.
Before the playoff starts.
So Gobert went for
By
36.
Like I would do it by round.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously players get eliminated. Or you could even do it. You could risk like
Right.
picking guys that you think are going to last, or I don't know. There we go.
So Gobert went for 36. Brunson's interesting.
They paid a lot for him.
They did, but I mean, that's why I thought they should draft Halliburton and not pay a point guard $100 million. But
No.
he looks really good. I mean, the Knicks look really good with a point guard. Although,
He's
arguably,
a solid
they could have
player. He's a good citizen and he's a solid player.
Yeah.
And I'm going to at least call him Rick at least 5 times this year.
Should be interesting to see how much he goes. Average 8.6. I think people are sleeping on him.
He'll be better than that.
He's going to put up way better numbers than 8.6. I mean,
I want to see a team draft just all Knicks. Can we do that?
yeah, projected 14 for a starting point guard. I feel like 14 is really good.
How many slots are there? 10?
13.
13?
Because there's 3 injury slots.
Oh,
So
how long is this going for?
So like the Knicks, I overpaid for a lot. I paid 29 for Brunson.
That was your first pick?
That was my first pick. I needed at some point the tequila kicks in and I get sick of sitting there and
Yeah, you gotta do something.
I kind of just overbid on a player, but I feel like 29 is fair. I don't know why he was going for 8.
Jimmy Butler looks pissed off in his picture.
The new haircut. He's growing his hair down now.
He looks like he's going down to Electric Avenue.
He went for 33. That's something.
Miami will be all right, but I think he's going to make a trade.
I
think
mean,
he's going to change that team up a little bit.
Miami is
They were a
so
little
good
disappointing last year.
at finding like random players to produce, like Strauss, and the problem is they're paying so much money for Harrow and Robinson. They couldn't even play in the playoffs.
Yeah, he didn't even play. He wasn't even on the roster at one point.
And
right?
Harrow, they don't even want to start. So like you're paying like almost $40 million for those two guys per year, and getting like not much.
Lots of T-Wolves going.
I think Edwards is going to have a really good year.
I think this is our third T-Wolf.
They're big. I mean, you're going to have to move Edwards to the 3 and Towns to the 4 with Gobert. I mean, he went for 38. That's a big team. I feel like they should have sold high on what's his face, who came from the Nets.
Not.
He was like an
remembering.
all-star, and then he did nothing afterwards. He was on Golden State. He went from the Nets to Golden State to Minnesota.
I'm drawing a blank, but it'll come up.
He was
I
like
imagine.
a high draft pick.
Oh, dash name?
I think so.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Where did Sexton go? He got traded, right?
Sexton is on.
Is he on Utah? Was he in the
Yes.
In the,
yeah. So
Mitchell trade?
So the only guys in Utah that we know are guys that came from
Cleveland.
Darius Garland. He's going to put up numbers.
I felt bad for them last year when they had a little bit of an injury bug at the end.
Yeah, they were. like top 4, and then like 3 players got injured, and
How
then
about Detroit doing a little better this year? I could see them improving.
they're going to be pretty good. I just got outbid on
I don't
Garland.
think they're playoff ready,
My max for Garland was 39. He went for 40. Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal is 1 season removed from 30 points per game.
That's another odd team that couldn't keep it together, it seems, from when they had their decent year.
He went for 26. I feel like I should have gotten in on that.
He's going to put up numbers.
Van Fleet? You like Van Fleet?
I don't know. I feel like Toronto's like one of those teams that just spreads it out so much that you're not. He's a good player, good in college and all that, but I don't know. I like him. I don't know in fantasy I like him.
Well, our league likes him. He's up to 35 already.
Wow. I think sometimes he does get overrated. I do believe that.
He put up good numbers last year. I don't know. Toronto's one of those teams that I know they're going to be in the playoffs, but they just don't worry me.
Nope. They're a perennial playoff team that's never going to threat for the title unless they get a big name again.
Yeah. So he went for 36.
Oh,
Ja is going to go for a bit.
He's going to go for a lot of money. He's a great player.
It's already up to 38. I think my Zoom froze.
Twitch, we have a circle right now on Twitch, and then now it's stopped. I'm gonna hit the play button.
Okay,
All right, now we're back. So there's been a lot of like on the Twitch, just so you know, it's been like blurry and then clear and then blurry.
The whole window or just my screen?
The draft screen.
I am definitely getting rid of Optimum. It's been messing with me like for a while now.
Yeah. Can you switch up there?
Yeah. No, I'm gonna switch to Verizon Fios.
I have Fios. It's good.
I'm going to Thailand in 3 days. When I get back, the first thing I'm doing is switching to.
Nice.
So what happened while I was out for 2 seconds? John went for 38 and Kawhi went for 27.
How much did Ja go for?
38.
That's low.
Does seem kind of low, right?
Compared to the other big guy, I think he's a big guy now. I don't think he's a second level player now. I think he's in the top.
I don't know. Maybe people are worried about him getting injured. I don't know.
That's possible. I mean, that's what happened last year.
Yeah. So we got Bam up to 27. Bam's good, but I don't know if he should be your second best player.
I think he's more of a 3 or 4 option type person.
I mean, I don't know. Miami's another one. They're going to be really good, but like
they're a deep team. There's another like Toronto, right?
But I'm not worried about them.
Oh, they made the finals, right? A couple years ago. In the
Yeah,
COVID
but
year.
didn't that feel like a
Fake.
perfect storm? Everybody playing over their head.
Yeah. And Butler's getting up there in the years.
So he went for 30.
Who you nominating?
I'm going to troll everybody and nominate Porzingis.
Ah.
I mean, he's not a bad player. It's just
No. Another. It's not going to go for a lot.
I bet
He's
he
in
goes for close
witness
to 20.
protection in Washington.
I mean, do they? I mean, they're probably not as mad at him in Washington. The expectations
They don't care.
after Dallas. I mean, well, one, they don't care about basketball, but two, like the expectations have been lowered so much from Dallas.
Right. Well, I think what he did in Dallas lowered like anytime you're in New York, you're like hyped by at least 25% more than what you should be hyped by.
Yeah.
In
yeah.
Dallas, like that's a real team. Your true colors are going to come out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then now Washington, it doesn't matter. Like he'll probably put up big numbers, but no one will care.
Right. Yeah, he's going for 21, 22. I think that's fair. I mean,
Yeah.
projected 22, average 21.3, so we're right on the mark now. So I think the bidding frenzy has ended, and now we're going to be closer to
This is where the rubber meets the road.
yeah. And then I think it'll reverse again because we're going to be drafting players after everybody else has finished their draft. So you're going to see a bunch of players that like went for zero that we're going to be bidding on.
And this is the reason why I think Sacramento is going to be good. I'm a big Sabonis guy.
I like Sabonis. I thought like Indiana was going to choose between Sabonis and Turner. It looks like they're trying to trade Turner too. So like, what are they doing?
Oh, you know what they're doing.
Wembanyama.
Yep. But we know Houston is the experts at this.
Yeah, but Houston, I feel like they finally got too many good draft picks. I don't think they're going to be bad enough.
And you know who else is really good at this? They just haven't done it in a while. Is San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how they got, what you call him,
Duncan, yeah. I mean, San Antonio's going to be pretty bad.
Yep. I mean, they got Robinson that way too, but really the Duncan one was the corniest one.
Yeah. I got Sabonis for 32.
That's good.
It's not bad.
You,
Projected
you needed a
31,
big
average
guy. You
24.
needed a big man. And he could play both center and power.
Well, I literally needed like every single position, but yeah.
Well, yes, but you had point guard.
I got Brunson and Sabonis. It's not bad so
If
far.
if you're going to draft a Raptor, this is, I think, the guy you got. I guess you got to draft, right?
Yeah, I would take him over Van Fleet.
I think he's the more important player.
Yeah, he's good. when unfortunately, one guy in the draft who's always in the top few guys, he had the time wrong on the draft, and AutoDraft spent half his money on two players.
Oh,
I got to see who it is. So AutoDraft spent his money on Kyrie and Anthony Davis. Damn.
what are they like drafting people that like don't play?
It goes by you could
Priority?
set pre-draft
Yeah,
values.
well, and he probably didn't.
Right.
You wouldn't put those two at the top.
No.
He had a good year last year, DeRozan. He had a very good fantasy.
He had a
year,
very
I
good
think.
year. Yeah.
But he got hurt, right?
I don't think did he?
Did he?
I don't know.
Or-
It's hard to keep track of all the Chicago
I
injuries, to
forgot.
be honest.
Yeah.
I think he's not going to have as good of a year, but I think he's still going to put up.
No,
really
he
good
played.
numbers.
He's never. I don't think he'll ever have that good of a year again. But
Yeah.
and without Ball, that will. When Ball went out, I know his stats went down, and that's no surprise.
Right. But I mean, somebody's got to score, right?
Somebody's got to score. Except if you're me in high school.
Me too.
Wah wah wah.
I just lost I bid DeRozan up to 27. He went for 29.
Okay.
This is where it's getting tough.
So do you like have a dollar amount in mind before coming in for all these guys, or are you just kind of winging it?
I do have a rough dollar amount, but then like seeing where I am in the draft,
Like
and
what I would call maybe a budget, if you will. As nerdy as that might sound.
I do have a budget, but it's once you see everybody else like stocking up and you don't have anybody, then it starts getting in your head, and like it's hard to like stay strong, which is why I paid like $28 for
This
Brunson.
will be interesting to see how much money people will pump in him.
Zion, yeah.
That's a good team.
I mean, yeah, Pelicans are going to be good.
Even without him, they were good.
Yeah, they were a playoff team. They almost took out Phoenix.
Yep.
I mean, Phoenix turned out to be frauds, but
Yeah, they cost me some money. Bring that up again.
Zion's up to 22.
I'm going to have to tamper down the basketball betting this year. Football is where I make my money. Basketball I did all right, but
I lost like 95% of my bets, but the one I won, I
was a big guy.
put 5 and I won like 100, so like it evened out. Like I always put like between $1 and $5. I'm very low stakes, but
Yeah.
I like doing like stacking up like 15 parlays.
Yeah.
So one of them hit, and I got like $120. So like,
Yeah, I do I did a lot of same game parlays. I did well in the beginning of the year with the Knicks betting. I was fading the Knicks a lot.
the Knicks are so hard to bet on because you never know who's going to be good from game to game.
I'm just betting a bunch of unders.
So Zion's average was 23.6. He went for 35.
He went for 35. Wow.
I mean, if he's healthy, that's going to be a really good value.
Oh, here we go.
Obi projected 0, average of 1.
No, we're over.
We're already over at 3. I mean, it's just so hard with Randall there. Like he's
not, and Thibodeau doesn't likes to ride his veterans.
he would probably. I don't even buy into that. I just think Randall is the more proven
Paying him so
player at
much
this
money.
point. Yeah, and making so much money. I mean, people say he doesn't like to play the young guys, but he played Robinson and Barrett, Grimes. Like he plays young players. So Obi went for 6. If Randall gets injured, that's a good deal, but Randall's usually pretty healthy.
This is another guy who got hurt.
Yeah, Jared Allen. He was
the one who hurt them the most.
Yeah, first Rubio went down, and they were kind of
Yeah.
able to keep it going. Then Sexton went down, and then once Allen went down, the whole team fell apart.
Think about all the guys the Nets got rid of. They probably would have been better off just keeping them.
Yeah, they've had so many decent players.
Dinwiddie, him. There were others.
I still can't think of the guy that went from.
I know. Not Kid Gilchrist. That's not who. That's not who you're thinking of.
He'll come up. I know there's
Yeah.
like 18 people yelling at me right now.
Well, they should type in the chat or something, or wherever you're streaming this.
So Jared Allen went for 22. Yeah, who else did the Nets have? They had.
You want me to go like 2019 Nets? I could do that.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a bunch of good guys there that they probably should have kept.
It was 2019, right? That they weren't Duranted yet.
Right. RJ Barrett just went up.
Oh.
This is the longest.
He's going to be better than he was last year, and he was good last year.
This is only the third Nick nominated so far, which in a Knicks draft we usually nominate all of them like pretty early.
Oh, Luavo Carabo, that guy.
No, definitely not. I mean, if you're looking,
Well, you have Levert, right? He's another great player that they got rid of.
yeah, they had Dinwiddie too, right?
Yeah, I mentioned him earlier. Yeah.
So Barrett projected 12, average 4.9. He's going for 20 so far.
Joe Harris was another one. Oh, he's still on the team, I think. He's the one that.
He just missed like the whole season.
What about Kurucs? Rodions Kurucs. He had like that one year, good year.
I think they're okay with letting that one go. Barrett went for 22.
Oh, I know you're talking about Iman Shumpert. Just kidding.
It's probably the year before because the guy hopped around a couple times.
Okay, I'll go back one more year. That was the 1920 roster.
Cade Cunningham.
Rondé Hollis Jefferson?
No.
I'm looking for dashes.
No, I don't think there's a dash in the name, actually.
Oh, okay.
Cade Cunningham's up to 26.
D'Angelo Russell?
Yes.
Is that who you're thinking
Yep.
of? Oh,
Yep.
okay. Yeah, he had a good year. He's on Minnesota. Is he on Minnesota now?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
He had a good. I feel like he had a good year last year, but that
He
was
did.
like fool's
He
gold,
did.
and I feel like they should have sold high on him.
Well, he's bounced around.
Yeah,
Wasn't he a Laker originally?
yeah. Didn't he? Isn't he the one who snitched?
Laker, Brooklyn, Golden State, Minnesota.
Didn't he snitch on one of his teammates who was having an affair, and they like traded him?
It wasn't, or was it? No, I'm thinking of a different story. I'm thinking of who was the former Knick coach who was dating the girl. And,
Oh, Derek Fisher.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Lakers at one time had like what Ingram, Russell, Randall.
And they were all busts for them.
Yeah. So Cade Cunningham went for 36.
Yeah, in 18-19, he was an all-star.
Kyle Kuzma, projected 5, averaged 2.6.
Remember, Kuzma was very controversial last year, I think, or was it 2 years ago?
Yeah, I bid too high on him.
You drunk bid him.
I did. I drunk bid him, but I dropped him immediately, and then he had a good season.
He had a good year. He's on Washington, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's on Washington. Yeah, I don't know. Washington's another, like, they're not going to be good, but they have some players.
They have some talent, but it's just not, doesn't look like it's a mesh.
So I took Kuzma for 9. And I'm
D'Angelo Russell, I mean,
not
his
pissed
points
about
per game. I'm just saying, like, since his All-Star year, 21.1, 23.1.
But does he do anything else?
23.6. Does he do anything else? He gets 6, 7 assists a game.
Okay. That's not
if you
bad.
take out his first 3 years, he's averaging about 6.5 assists a game.
Okay.
And it's, I wouldn't count the Laker years.
That's not bad.
He was shitty there. 4 rebounds a game. He's a 78% free throw shooter.
So I got Kuzma for 9.
Gets injured, though.
Who does? Russell?
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris Paul is up. He's up to 18 already.
He'll be good.
Average is 26.9. He's another one. He's healthy. He's going to get you a ton of assists. But
They blew it. That was their one chance, and they blew it. There's no way.
No.
I don't think they go back.
No. I don't expect a nearly as good a year from Paul this year.
They're like the Kansas City Chiefs, right? Like they're a dynasty of not even one. Like you expected them to be awesome last year, and they kind of were, and then they should have gotten knocked out in the playoffs like 3 times.
Mark it down. Chris Paul is the first player to go under the average in our league. He went for 21.
Really?
Went for 21.
Wow. This is an underrated player here.
Tyrese Maxey?
Yeah. I think he's underrated.
He is. I feel like he has a lot of parallels with Quickly.
Mm.
Well, kind of spark plug off the bench.
Was he on the trading block? He was on the trading block in the Nets deal, as I recall. He was almost part of the Ben Simmons trade.
God. I mean, depending on what Harden does this year, that could be both teams could lose that trade.
Yeah.
Projected 17.
Will Harden give a shit? That's all it's about.
I mean, I'm sure he'll give a shit, but is it too late? He's got a lot of miles on him now.
Oh, you mean for him being effective?
Yeah.
Or just for the team?
Yeah, Harden might be like,
missing
oh,
their
I'm
opportunity.
all bought in now. And
Well, the process is over
and
at
now
this
his
point.
body's like done.
Yeah.
So Maxey, the average was 10, and he went for 20. Shea, I mean, I like Shea, but gets injured a lot. Projected 29, average 26. He's at 15 right now. I mean, I'll get in on that for 15. I'm not letting you guys have him for 15.
Yep. Neither they're not letting you have him for 15 either.
Yeah, no. They're not letting me have him for 16.
It went like 15, 16, 17, 18. Now it's at 19.
19, I'm too scared for...
It's hard to read. It went blurry again.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It looks like I'm reading like one of those pages that like is like a placeholder page that just has like gibberish on it.
Well, hopefully it unblurs because there's nothing I can do about that.
No. Is that Jalen Brown?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it still blurry?
Yep.
Huh. Great.
It's like buffering in a sense.
Cool.
I didn't think things buffered anymore. But they do.
Jalen Brown, he did better than Tatum in the playoffs.
He did.
I thought Tatum was very underwhelming in the playoffs.
I feel like Tatum like hit a wall almost.
Yeah.
Like that series was just too much on them.
Yeah.
Who did they play in the Eastern Conference Finals? Was it Milwaukee? That was the hard series on them.
Yeah. Yeah, they were like all banged
That
up.
was a grueling series,
Yeah.
and like Golden State was just like, okay, now I get to just run over you guys.
I just got a bid on Jalen Brown for 27.
I can't believe I'm remembering all this crap
I am going to
because the Knicks are so uninteresting now.
nominate Tyler Herro.
Bro, that's what they should do every time he comes in. Bro. Or is that movie canceled? Are we not allowed to mention that movie?
Which movie?
Team America?
Oh, yeah. Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
So I read the puppet got messed up when they were making it. And
That's why they did
and when
that.
when it was done, they didn't have enough time to make a new one, so they're like,
That's funny.
He looks kind of slow, so let's just make him slow. That's why the
Can you
South Park
say
guys
slow?
are
Can you
so
say
funny because they're able to like improvise like that.
Yeah, they're like, all right, we'll just make him stupid. Great.
Yeah, I mean that was the funniest part of the movie.
Absolutely. That and I'm so Ronery.
Yeah.
But
How's
yes,
how's the screen? Is it any better?
it got better just now.
Because on my end it looks fine.
Yeah, it's clear now. It could be Twitch.
Could be, could be. I'm gonna blame Optimum. The Hero won for 16.
Love the South Park reference. Blame Canada. That's nice.
Average 7.4. Nobody has faith in Hero. He's gonna use that for fuel for his.
Yes,
Sixth Man of the Year.
he knows. I bet you these guys look at that stuff. They're like, they definitely look at their Madden ratings, right? Like in football.
Yeah,
They always
yeah,
bitch
yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
I'm sure they look at their NBA 2K or whatever game.
Oh, definitely, definitely. I've seen a couple players comment on their 2K score.
Yeah, so I'm sure they look at their fantasy numbers, where people draft them. and
It must
make
be weird, like having yourself like bid on and drafted.
Yeah, like a stripper. Oh, or clog.
Chris Middleton. I mean, his
Will he be
injury, I
healthy?
think, swung the whole Eastern Conference.
Yep. Oh, if he was healthy, I mean, I love Milwaukee. I mean, they're just a good team.
Well, I bid on him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's their number 2 option.
yeah.
He's like a 1A. Remember, he was their guy for a while.
Yeah, I just got outbid for 25.
Giannis's early career. How much more money do you have than everybody else?
I have
The
130. I do have the most.
The next guy has 88.
Okay, so
No, 98. Gritty G.
this happens every year though. I'll get like 5 out of 6 guys like just in a row.
Because they can't afford him.
Yeah, one they can't afford them, and 2 like a lot of guys I target are like in that range.
So just I don't go on Twitch often, but some guy has 428,000 people watching a League of Legends competition.
Cool. I have 3.
I think we have
people.
4.28 viewers.
Yeah. Yeah, you almost nailed it exactly.
I don't even know. I was just a guess.
There was 3. Yeah.
Oh, overbid.
That's YouTube and Twitch combined.
Oh, well, and I'm one of them.
Feels
Oh,
so good
boy.
having 600 episodes under my belt, and that's my
More episodes than people.
yeah.
The Aaron Fox, another guy the Knicks probably should have picked.
The list is getting pretty long for that.
That's true. No, but I bet you these guys look at these fantasy rankings and kind of do like that Michael Jordan and kind of make a fake enemy, if you will, just to say.
Oh yeah, I totally would. I mean, you know, if I thought I was a top 50 player and I saw myself like getting drafted at around 100, I'd be
Right.
pissed.
Yeah, it wouldn't make me thrilled.
Fox went for 24.
Can you imagine like these guys start? I'm sorry, I got excited. The Mets just took the lead. About time. I know this is a basketball podcast, but
Yeah, I didn't realize it was only a best of 3. I was wondering why everyone was freaking out yesterday. I'm like,
because their best pitcher pitched like crap,
yeah, that could be a problem.
and he's playing hurt. So we've seen this in the NBA. I'm not hurt, and then we're gonna find out. Oh yeah, I was playing with bone spurs in my feet or something. And
That's all right. It's only, elimination game.
Yep.
Valanciunas. Part of that surprisingly good Pelicans team.
I give the former Cleveland GM credit. He's figured it out.
And they did it without the league owning the team and fixing the draft for them.
That still pisses me off.
Yeah.
Talking about the Chris Paul non-trade.
Yeah, I don't think people talk enough about how shady that was.
Two of the biggest shady things that will always bother me is the hip check to Steve Nash to the scorer's table.
Yep.
And
I love that Phoenix team, too.
Yep. And I did, too. I purposely went to a Knick game that year just to see them. And that whole Jerry West weirdness.
Saying that Chris Paul trade was unfair when it was completely
fair.
Completely.
In fact, the redo trade was more unfair than
it was.
the original trade.
And then they fixed the draft to get the number 1 pick for Anthony Davis, a couple months after.
Oh, wait, doesn't that feel like it was like 30 years ago?
It does.
And yet, Chris Paul's still in the league.
But, it had so many ramifications. Like, Lamar Odom had a meltdown, so then, he almost died and dropped out of the league. Like, the Lakers got completely screwed. Not that I don't like the Lakers, but it was very unfair for that to happen.
Yeah. You wouldn't think the NBA would screw the Lakers over, to be honest with you. That was the most surprising thing.
It was just because the league owned the Pelicans and, we're looking out for their own interests. I mean, they were probably pissed it hurt the Lakers, but...
But the funny thing is, the league owned the Pelicans at the time, but the Lakers probably make them more money than any other team in the league.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
So Valanciunas went for 18, Turner went for 24.
I'm surprised Steve Nash is still the coach, by the way, speaking of Steve Nash.
Such a weird situation where Durant's Nash, trade him, and then the Nets are just like, no. So Quentin Grimes, never been drafted. It says projected
NBD.
0, average, NA. He's up to 4. I think he's going to go for 4. Yeah. That's one of those where at the end of the draft, you're going to be like, I could have had an extra spot and X players available, and now I don't.
Yeah.
Of
when
course,
are you going to do the G League draft? When are you going to do that?
That guy's not going to feel bad because he has $11 and he has 8 spots left. So it's not a great situation.
Pigeonholed.
Yeah.
What happens if you run out of money and you have?
They force you to keep $1 per player.
$1 per.
So he can't bid more
spot.
than like $3 on a roster spot.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So like, if you wanted to go all in on Jokic, you could bid $188, and they make sure you have $1 for every other roster spot. Collins went for 14. John Collins. Another weird guy where he's like one of the better players on the team, but it feels like the Hawks have been trying to trade him for like 4 years now.
Yep.
So we are waiting for a nomination. It's going to be Vucevic if he doesn't nominate. And it's Vucevic. I had a string of like 5 straight years where I had Vucevic on my team.
Are you trying to continue it?
I don't know. He puts up the numbers. I mean, if you like rebounds and points, he doesn't, he's not great in the block department, but he gets you rebounds and points. He's at that dreaded center over the age of 30 stage now, though.
Right, the downside.
Yeah. He could still have a couple good years, or he could fall off a cliff. You never know with centers. Projected 25, average 25.9. He's at 25 right now. Like I said, we're at the very equalizing point in the draft right now. And he's going to go for 26. Nope. It's up to 27.
Nice.
Gonna
So if
raise
I
his
look
average.
down like this, I am semi-focused on the Met game a little bit.
Okay.
I just got it up on my phone.
I get it. I mean, it's a playoff game.
Wow, there's a 9-9 game going on? That's interesting. All right, back to the draft.
Scotty Barnes.
It's got blurry again. There we go. I don't think it's me. You know what's funny? There's ads that come in at the bottom of the screen. It zooms in and zooms out, too. I don't know if that causes it.
That's fun.
Yeah, there's like an ad at the bottom. It's kind of like when the bottom line used to come in on ESPN.
I just got Scotty Barnes for 25.
There you go.
Is that an overpay or was that good? I don't know.
Maybe a little over. So why? So answer me this. Not. This is sports related in a sense. Why is it when you stream, and it's a good stream, the picture is so much better than when it's on like cable?
Mm-hmm.
You ever notice that? Have you noticed it like on Apple TV or?
Well, I still have cable just to
Amazon
get
Prime.
MSG, and
Right.
MSG looks like shit. It looks like SD.
It always it looks like old standard def, right?
Yes, I thought it was just me. I've been calling Optimum like every other week about it. It looks like garbage.
Yep. Because they compress it. Because Optimum stinks. Not that I would ever have any vendetta against them.
Davion Mitchell, $2.
You think someone's going to think it's Donovan Mitchell? Even though he went already?
Well, even though I overpaid for Scotty Barnes, I still have the most money.
So there's something. Is it bad to have money left on the table?
I mean, yeah, probably. But, like, I still need 9 spots.
The forgotten, really good player.
Zach Levine.
I'll always remember him during the COVID year playing horse. Did you watch that when they did that?
No, I missed it. I heard it was really boring, though.
It was boring. Some parts were interesting, but some people had really bad setups, like when it comes to audio visual. So it was a little hard to watch.
Oh, no, I did see that one. I missed when they had Horse in like the All-Star game, and like Durant and somebody else just kept hitting shot after shot. And
that's no fun.
Yeah, no, the COVID one that was weird. Like, yeah, they were just setting
there
up
was like
cameras
nothing
in the
on
backyard.
TV. We were desperate for anything.
Did you see that weird one where they had comedians like submitting like short skits, and it was like a competition?
No, I'm sure that wasn't good.
They had good comedians, but the skits were terrible. They had like Jim Norton, Jeff Ross, a bunch of people, but like the skits were terrible. That whole time we were talking, Zach Levine bidding war was still going on. He went for 27.
Well, this is the part of the podcast we got to fill it in sometimes.
Yeah.
Although I was talking about a Zach Levine topic.
Yeah, that's right. He was one of those.
He was.
You would think with all the NBA's money, they could have set them all up with GoPros, right?
You would think.
They could have overnighted
or they would have like good connection.
Yeah.
Like they should have private, like, commercial grade internet.
Yeah. I mean, these guys are making millions. Like,
yep.
They should have had GoPro.
Hey, another former Laker bust.
I don't think he's a bust.
No, with them he was.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's good now.
I predicted that during the draft that Ingram would have a better career than Simmons, and it was looking like a pretty sketchy pick for a while, but
Not anymore.
Now I feel good about that.
So you want to hear gambling? I bet that a certain player would get a hit yesterday, and he's one of the few people that didn't, and then he hits a home run today, and I didn't bet on it. Gambling.
I just got a bid for Ingram, 21. He does get hurt a bit. That's the only reason I didn't go over for that.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing with the Pelicans, right?
Yeah, a lot of them are injury prone.
God, the Knicks should just drop this bastard.
48? You mean Knicks season record holder for three-pointers made?
Well, when you take 1,000 million of them, sure.
He shot a good percentage.
I don't know. I feel like it's filler stats, right? I mean, good for fantasy maybe, but I don't think he's a good fantasy player. But
well, in the quickest nomination ever, Fournier went for $4. I feel like that was like 10 seconds.
That was a little troll job there.
I mean, all the top 9 or 10 Knicks are going to go in this draft. It's a Knicks league. That's just what happens.
Like, if you're the Knick that doesn't go in this league, you really got to feel like a piece of crap.
Right. I mean, we had draft years where like Steve Novak was going and like
Novocaine.
yeah. So we got Drew Holiday going now.
That was a good pickup for them last year.
Yeah. After Holiday, I feel like Milwaukee really falls off a cliff. I mean, their top three are awesome, but like,
Do they still have? I mean, they're old. Lopez.
they do. But after he got injured last year, he like
Yeah.
seems to like never get over it. Yeah, I just got Drew Holiday for 20.
Did Blake Griffin retire? By the way,
Nope, still there.
that's sad. He needs to retire.
It's my turn to nominate a player.
Considering he had a baby with the girl that was like trying to say it might have been Kevin Durant's or whatever, that whole thing. The baby looks exactly like him.
Speaking of D'Angelo Russell,
D'Angelo Russell,
I
not
nominate-
far away from where Ingram was nominated. So
I nominated him.
there you go.
So I have 8. I need 8 more players, and I have $85. See, all of a sudden, I have like more players than a lot of people on this team in this league.
Stealthy. All right, this one's taking a while.
So I have Brunson, Holiday, Barnes, Sabonis, Kuzma. Russell went for 16.
So do you have to start every position, or is it just pick your best players?
Yeah, point guard, shooting guard, guard, small forward, power forward, forward.
Okay, so you don't have to have a center. You have to have
You have-
just a big.
And no, then you have 2 centers,
Okay.
and then 2 utilities and 3 bench players, which can be anything. Well, so can utilities.
New Orleans big pickup at the end of the year. That's another team that could tank, but they have one really awesome player, which is Portland. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Portland really wanted to just rebuild on the fly, like instantly, and
Right.
be good again.
yeah,
Is McCollum going to go for 15? I feel like it's a little low for him.
I'd say 20. It's just me.
Hey, he went for 15.
Wow.
I mean, he went for 15. D'Angelo Russell went for 16. Interesting. I got to be careful because, like, this is also the part of the draft where a lot of teams are out of money. So if I, like, try and bid somebody up, I get stuck with them.
Right. Yeah, you bet. Like it's like if you bet on him, you better want him.
Yeah.
Oh, the triple single right here.
Don't say that. It's going to come to your house
He
and
might
punch
punch
you.
me. He's gonna punch me in the face.
Oh, my God.
The thing is, like, he's on TNT too. He's got a TV contract.
Would you be able
which
to play with him after that?
People are saying like this happens all the time. I don't know. Like someone had a funny tweet. It was like some random person today said, "Yeah, when I go to work, I always punch my coworkers in the face if I can't stand them, and then we're cool after that."
Right,
Like,
right, yeah.
Can you imagine going to your office? You know, hey guys, just like how you did those accruals, bop.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the next day would be super awkward. I don't know, though.
I think. Look, I've gotten into a verbal spat once or twice with people. You know, it was awkward for a couple of days, and then I kind of got over it, and hopefully they did. But I don't know. Physical violence, not so sure.
So he was projected at 13, went for 8.5. Average was 8.5. He went for 13
All right.
in this.
Are you ready? Our first player that I have never heard of. Here we go. I will admit it.
Oh no, I'm pretty high on Giddey.
Are you giddy on Giddy?
I mean, he's got like crazy floor vision, but right now he stinks at shooting. But he's like really good passer, really good. He's like a big for a guard, so you can rebound.
So is
pretty
this
good.
team 2 years from 3 years from being good?
Yeah,
And they have a ton of picks.
I mean, I guess I'm not the only one who's done research on Giddey because he's up to 21 already.
That's why I'm not in this league.
This is a very competitive league. This late in
Yeah.
the draft, like somebody going for 22, like
Well, that's my point. Like, but I think it's funny that I am comfortable in my basketball knowledge. I know a lot. I don't know. I will be the Charles Barkley here and be like, I don't know what the hell that is.
he was a rookie last year, so it's not like
Yeah.
he's been around for a while.
I mean, did he do something in preseason or in summer league? Was this the guy?
Giddy?
No. Who
Mobley?
was the guy that like did some crazy shit in summer league? I'm trying to remember.
Not sure what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
might have been a rookie, not a second year guy. I'll know what I'm talking about if the person comes out.
So Evan Mobley, $16, Cleveland.
No relation to Marianne.
Projected 23, average 23, going for 16.
Different strokes reference.
Nobody's high in. You know what? There's a lot of Australians. I think we have a few Australians in this league, and Giddy's Australian.
Right. I thought Quickly went. Did I miss that?
No, Maxey went. We were saying how Quickly and Maxey are the same.
Oh, that's right. You mentioned Quickly.
So projected 0, average 1.
Well, how many minutes is he going to get?
Well, he's not going to start, but I don't know. It's hard to tell. The Knicks are so hard to bank on.
Yes. For fantasy football players, they're like the team that like starts 2 running backs, and you don't want to pick either of the running backs because they don't help you.
Well, I bet him up a little bit. He's up to $7 now. I just lost out. I still think 7 might be a good value for him. I don't think he's going to do much less than Terrence Mann, who went for like 20-something.
Possibly true. So,
in fact, I'm starting to regret not bidding that up more.
So have you seen the McDonald's characters have come back out with 4 eyes? Like Grimace has 4 eyes.
No.
I'm just going to say this because I'm sure we'll see McDonald's commercials all year during basketball. Their commercials are freaky, and I know we're trying to play into our childhood. These are adult Happy Meals, by the way.
And the toys have 4 eyes?
I don't know, but the characters in the commercial do, and they're like here. It's like, well, let's see. I'm looking at myself, and there's a delay. It's here, 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 and here. They're like,
huh?
It's bizarre.
I don't really watch much with commercials anymore. Like even if it's on TV, I DVR it and fast forward. And
well, I was watching them. The only time I watch commercials, if I'm watching a sporting event live, especially the Amazon football game now, because you can't switch channels. Oh, Jordan Poole.
OG Anunoby went for 15. Yeah, I'm kind of pissed I didn't bid up quickly more. You know what? The projected and average threw me off. I saw average like 1, and I bid 6, and when it went over 6, I was like, that's an overpay, but...
Yeah. Oh, Jordan Poole's going to have a good year now. Watch. Not that he wasn't, but I think he was pretty good in the playoffs, and now I think Draymond Green's just trying to get him to play better. I think he's just trying. That's his way
weird.
Of
projected
players.
17, average 9. He went for 11.
I would a bit more on him.
Rozier, I had Rozier last season.
That's another below mediocre team.
Charlotte's going to stink this year. They made 0 moves, and they lost Bridges for wife beating. So
if you're a
allegedly.
Great owner, if you're a great player, it doesn't make you a great owner. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. I had Rozier last year, and like he would have 2 or 3 games where I was really happy, and then he would suck for like 3 or 4 games. It was such a roller coaster. I'm going to let whoever it is have him for 12.
Talk about a city that doesn't give a shit about a team there, too.
Yeah.
It's college basketball country.
It's weird because, like, Seattle's so into basketball and they don't have a team. Yeah, you have
they want a team so bad.
I know.
Right?
And then you have, like, Atlanta and Charlotte who, like, literally doesn't give a shit.
Don't care. Yeah.
And Washington doesn't really care.
Nope.
Like, the East Coast is, like, it's weird. The East Coast doesn't really care about basketball until you get up north.
Yeah, I mean, Philly, you got to give Philly fans a pass. I mean, their teams were so bad.
Philly's pretty far up north, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got, obviously.
Yeah, but the Southeast, yeah, it's college basketball.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah, nobody cares about Orlando.
Rozier went for 14.
Even the Heat fans are fake fans.
Oh, I mean, you remember that Miami playoff game with the Heatles, and They were losing
Yeah.
and everybody left, and then they made a comeback, and everyone was like trying to get back into the building. That was
They
awesome.
wouldn't let him in. Yep.
Covington, another guy on the Clippers, which is like the island of like we were really good 5 years ago.
Well, they got old. That might be the oldest team in the league.
I had Covington a few years ago and he was good, but I don't trust him to do anything.
Yeah, well, a couple of years removed.
Projected 4, average 1.6. He's up to 4. So the top 48 players have all been drafted. The top player left on the board is Desmond Bane. Tobias Harris, I was just about to say, Tobias Harris, he's a good player. I don't know why Philly is like constantly trying to trade him and all the fans
Trade him,
hate him.
yeah.
Like the guy puts up numbers. I don't understand.
He was on that rumor mill last year a lot.
He's been on the rumor mill since like 2016. I don't understand. He's a good player. Every team he's been on, he's put up like almost 20 a game.
Yep.
Yeah, he's up to 11. See, even in the average is 10.4 for Harris. Like nobody likes him.
Again, Philly, it's like 2 major guys and then a bunch of like anonymous decent players.
Last year I would have bid up Harris more, but I left it at 12 because with Harden, he's not going to get nearly as many touches. I mean, I guess a lot of players' touches are going to go down with Harden. I still need 8 players. I better get in on this.
Mr. Thompson.
Clay, who did not get punched out by Draymond Green.
No, I don't think that would happen.
I think he would definitely be traded if he punched Clay or Curry.
I think Clay and Curry are very untouchable.
Yeah.
And Iguodala.
Yeah. They're like franchise royalty.
Yeah.
Looked a little
Like-
shaky last year, but he missed like 2 straight
You know-
years. So
He slow comeback, but he should have a better year than he did last year.
yeah.
You knew that was going to take a while for him to get back into the swing of things.
Yeah. This year should be better than last year. Which I guess I'm not alone in thinking that. Projected 12, average 7.8. He's went for 15.
I don't know. I would take him because he gets you steals too, right?
He did before
Well, he
his
used to.
injuries.
He
Yeah.
used to. Yeah.
I mean, last year he got
Nah.
16.
Yeah, maybe he lost a little bit off the fastball. Yeah, that's not a lot.
He's projected to get 37, which
Well,
is...
remember, didn't he come back? He didn't come back in game 1 though. He came back halfway through the year, I think, right?
He did.
Last year?
He did. But
Yeah.
still, like, 16 and a half a season is still like...
Not good. No, but he used to be really good defensively.
Yeah. Yeah, he used to be probably the team's best defender, him and Green.
Yep.
Green's still a really good defender. I just feel like he saves it all for the playoffs.
Well, talk about a lot of mileage.
Yeah. Remember when Mark Jackson thought he wasn't good enough to start?
That's why he's not the coach anymore.
Well, that's why he's never gotten another coaching job ever.
That and a bunch of other things I think that are cooking with him.
I've heard some crazy stories about Mark Jackson.
Some religious stuff, right? And then
Yeah.
there's maybe some, girl stuff, if you will.
Yeah, that guy's all over the place.
Yeah.
I always see chatter like the Knicks should get Jackson. I'm like,
No,
I don't think so. I don't think so.
we don't need a big name coach. You want to have a coach that's will coach, not be the headline.
Yeah.
Like, say what you will about Thibodeau, he's not gonna. The things you're gonna get annoyed with him is his rotation, and
Damn, I just got into a
substitution
slugfest for Christian Wood.
There you go.
And I just lost $21.
Sexton. I liked him on Cleveland. Then he got hurt.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the few players on Utah right now.
Someone's got to get something. And they're not going to score 0 points. How bad are they going to be?
They're going to be bad, but I don't know if they're going to be as bad as they think they are. I mean, they have Sexton, they got Marketing, well, not much else, but like, I don't know how bad they're going to be. Sexton average was 5.7.
He's up to 17.
Yeah, I bid him at 16. My turn to nominate a player. He went for 17. I lost out. All right, you know what? Have at it. Ben Simmons.
Oof. If you need assists, he's your man.
Yeah. If you need a free throw percentage, he's not your man.
If you need any form of shooting or offense, he is not your man.
He's going. Look at this. Bidding's going. He's up to 9.
I like how they have. How could you make a projection on a guy who didn't play last year? How could that even possibly be?
The projection was pretty close, though. Projected 6, average 8. They were pretty.
No, I'm talking about a stats projection.
Oh yeah. That's a little weird. They're actually projecting him to hit 3 threes. That seems high.
I'll take the. We should bet on that.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a bet like over under 3 points made in the season. That'd be a fun bet.
I'm gonna look for that. I'm gonna look for that. I'll take the under on 3 threes.
I think totally under on 3.
Wouldn't 3 threes be like a career high for a season?
Wouldn't you take the under on 2?
I might. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he just went for $14.
I mean, honestly, if you put me on an NBA floor, totally would get blocked every time. But I think I have a better chance at hitting a 3 than him. Like, I really do. He's got like the yips.
Yeah. Well, we got 6 teams with under $11 or under.
He's like the catcher in Major League who can't throw the ball back to the pitcher.
Was that the guy who had bad knees?
No, it was so Major League 2, I should say.
Oh,
So Major League, right? The catcher was old, whatever, and then they brought in this new guy because the old catcher was getting old. If you remember the scene where they had to show him the Playboy magazine so he could throw the ball back to the pitcher,
right.
it's such a good movie. Those both the first 2 were good. Then we went to Jefferson Darcy and straight to video.
I mean, Jefferson Darcy should just be called the franchise killer.
Yes and no. I mean, I'll say this.
He killed Love Boat, right?
Well, he was and Happy Days and many others. But I liked him on Married Children.
I grew to like him. I was a big Steve fan, so I was kind of pissed
Me
when he
too.
joined.
I agree.
Because I felt like it was a good dichotomy. Like having everybody on the same side wasn't as fun.
Right.
So I got Pirtle for 12. I feel really good about that one.
That's good. Another sneaky player I might bet on here.
Because somebody's got to score on San Antonio.
Yep. I like Bane too.
Yeah. I'm surprised Bane took so long.
He was awesome in the playoffs.
He was. You know what?
From his coming out party, you know?
He definitely doesn't skip bicep day.
Yeah.
Guy's got like Anthony.
Neither
Mason
do I.
arms. I do.
Oh, I can't. Well, no, I don't skip my bite. I pick up the food and eat it.
So he's going for 19. Okay. He's going to get you a lot of threes. Projected 236 threes. Jesus. All right.
The 3-point numbers are so bizarre compared to what we grew up with.
I know. It's like, if you look.
It's video game numbers.
Larry Bird's best season, he averaged like something like 2 3-pointers a game.
Right. Can you imagine him in today's NBA? I mean, well, I guess I could. He's Doncic, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, Bird would have taken more threes if that was part of the game back then.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm saying like if it was like the game was like it is today.
Yeah.
You got to remember, he came into the league when the 3-pointer just started.
Yeah. Oh, shit. I accidentally bid on Nurkic.
Uh-oh.
I got him for 11. I mean, that's not bad. Projected 17, average 10.4.
Was that your first mistake today?
I think so.
Is that our
I'm not like
call out for the year? It's not like the Kuzma one.
it's not like the Kuzma one, which is funny because I was so mad about Kuzma last year, and I'm like totally fine with him for $9 this year. So I have $62 and I need 6 players. I'm in pretty good shape.
Well, we know Leon is not picking any more point guards. At least we think. Got 4.
Clint Capella. See, I should have taken my $11 and put it on Capella instead of Nurkic. Although, see, that's the weird thing with, like, they got Capella and Collins, and they just split their stats up. So, like, they're both...
Well, again, right? The 2 running back theory.
Yeah. Well, he's up to 12. Okay, so I wouldn't have gotten Capella anyway. I wouldn't have paid 12. So what do I need? I need guards, right? I have Brunson and Holiday. I don't have anything else.
And you don't have any small. You only have 1 small forward too.
Yeah, Scotty Barnes.
I like the color coding. It kind of gives you a visual.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a different screen up. So.
So our screen, they color code each position.
Yeah, no, I have that screen, but it's under the other screen because like I need to have the nominating and the draft. I don't want to share my other screen because then you can see what I'm bidding on, and then I've done that before, and then people mess with me. Everybody I bid on.
Yeah, probably not great.
Cam Reddish, he's definitely going to just go for $1, I think. Oh no, he's up for 2. Projected 0, average, never been bid on.
He stinks. So bad.
He's never been. Oh, this is the first league he's been drafted.
I don't even know why he's even in the freaking league anymore.
He just went for 2. So I think I might have underestimated how many Knicks are going to get drafted in this league.
So how does it feel to be down 8-1 and then lose a playoff game? That must hurt. They lost 9-8. That was Toronto. They are out of the playoffs. That's gotta hurt.
Al Horford. I don't know. You think he's going to do anything for Boston? I guess nobody does. He just went for 5, so I guess nobody has any faith in that.
No. What a weird career.
I think most people are out of money, too.
Yes.
Michael Porter Jr. looks really good in preseason. Back issues might be an issue. If he stays healthy, though, he's probably their second best player, right?
Not Murray?
Somebody in the chat just wrote having a back isn't important. No, Michael Porter. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be Murray or Porter. Well, Porter's up to 9. His back
when they
scares
drafted
me.
Porter, I remember that being a whole issue, right? Like, should they draft him?
Yeah, we were kind of pushing. We wanted the Knicks to draft him, but yeah, his back has been an issue. I let him go at 9. His back scares me. Speaking of injury-prone players, Jaron Jackson Jr.
Yep.
I'm not touching that one. Projected $4, average 11. So drafters have more faith than the Yahoo people that he'll stay healthy. See, I have $62 and I need 6 players. Let's see. Jaron Jackson's up to 9. He went for 9. It's one of those, if he stays healthy, it's good, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
Still did a lot today.
Yeah, there's a lot of question mark players with as far as injuries. Has there always been this many injuries, or is this more than?
I don't know. It feels like there's more, right?
It does. I don't know if we're following it more closely or there's just more players.
Yeah, maybe it's just because we're drafting and we're just talking about it. But
because, like,
all right, player number 2, I've never heard of.
I've heard of him. I know he's like he's one of those like fan favorite guys.
Like a Herb Williams.
Yeah. Well, I guess he's more than that because he's up to $13 already.
God damn it.
You remember in like the 90s though, like you'd have to wait for the box score the next day in the newspaper.
Yes.
So you didn't even really notice who was injured. You just saw who played.
Yep. Well, now, with the internet, you can look at anything.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with gambling.
They have like average running speed and like the miles run during a game and all this like,
Yeah.
insane stuff.
Yeah, the next gen stats.
Yeah. I don't like a lot of the advanced stuff like PER and stuff though.
I guess it depends on the stat.
It depends on the stat, but like stuff like PER, it's like I don't know. Mark says it well. Like if you were in the street playing street ball and you said I have a PER of 15, like what does that even mean?
Yeah, no one knows what that means. So at the end, what happens? Like I forget. Do people just start randomly or they're like good guys still left?
Sorry, I just got quiet because I was hoping
Bidding.
nobody would bid on Paolo Banchero. So I just got him for 12.
Another bad team.
Number 1 draft pick on a bad team. I'll
Yep.
take a flyer on that. So I need 5 players now. Wiggins, like he went from like what was he number 1 pick,
Yeah.
and then he looked like he
Horrible bust, and then had a great year last year.
Yeah.
Comeback year.
good redeem story.
He was not the number one. He was never going to be the number 1 option, I guess. And he's a good puzzle piece.
Yeah,
He'll have a good year.
he just went for he's up to 9.
He was very important in those playoffs. He might have been maybe their second best player.
Yeah. He's up to 10. There's some interest. Projected 4, average 4.8. You know, this draft is going fairly quickly. Like,
Well, wait, about halfway home.
I think we're a little more. I see some. I think the least amount of team has 4, but the most has 8. There's a couple with 8. There's like 4 teams with 8.
And you said 12, 13 spots.
13,
Said, right?
yeah.
So 6.5.
But most teams are out of money now.
So that means the bidding will stop.
Right, exactly. Like I have 50 and I have the third most.
So if you
money.
nominate a guy, are you automatically bidding $1 on him?
Yeah. So like you can't troll too much. I learned that one year. I did a complete troll pick and I got him for $1 and I wasted a spot. And then at the end of the draft, like I had like
You dropped them.
I had like $7 left at the end of the draft, and a guy I really wanted came up, and I just couldn't bid on him because I had no spots left. So yeah, can't troll too much.
No.
Mikal Bridges went for 14. Mitch Robinson. This has got to be what, the 8th Nick nominated so far?
Yeah, but you know what? He gets you the non-point categories, right? I think he's going to get you rebounds and blocks.
Yeah.
Right?
And judging by the first 2 preseason games, he actually practiced a post move,
Wow.
which I was very happy to see because he had.
And there were times last year he would get double-digit scoring.
Yeah, but it was all lobs. At least now he
Yeah.
can actually do something.
Create something, maybe.
So projected 10, average 4.5.
Hmm.
He's up to 10 already. I mean, yeah, it's a good block specialist. He went for 10.
And rebounds. He gets a ton of rebounds, too, doesn't he?
He does. It just
I bet him a lot last year on, like, prop bets.
terrible free throws and
Horrible.
and injury.
Yes.
I'm going to nominate Smart. I don't like Smart because he flops. So somebody else can have him.
Yep.
I never want the players I nominate.
Are they starting to tee up people for, like, celebrating and stuff now?
They've been doing that for a while. So basically, if you look at a player while you're celebrating, you get a tee. But if you like look at the crowd, you can pretty much do what you want. It's weird.
Was this the NFL?
I know, right? Marcus Smart went for 5. So you're allowed to like star players you want, and I starred a bunch of
Right.
players I wanted, and none of the stars show up in the draft.
That's annoying because what's the point of starring them?
I know. When the draft ends, all my star players are going to pop up. That's very aggravating.
See, like I do Yahoo Fantasy for football, and I do ESPN as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Yahoo is stronger in the football game, like the way their interface and all that, like prioritization.
If it wasn't for fantasy, I think Yahoo wouldn't be a website anymore.
You would think, right?
I feel like they peaked in like 97. Keldon Johnson on Spurs went for 12.
Who owns them now? Verizon, I think. Still,
The Spurs?
they might. No, Yahoo.
Maybe. Wow, Westbrook. I forgot.
Westbrook.
Damn.
Well, he's not going to play with the Lakers, right? They've got to trade him somehow.
It's kind of crazy how Westbrook went like 60 picks before he...
I like the memes with Russell Wilson and Russell Westbrook as they're equating them to be the same guy. It's so funny. They both are so underachievers.
I mean, he's going to get points, rebounds, and assists. It's just you're punting free throws.
Do they have a stat for hitting the side of the backboard?
Yeah, you're definitely punting field goal percentage and free throws and turnovers.
He was so bad last year. For a guy that was like an automatic triple-double, MVP caliber guy not that long ago.
It's just weird how far off he was on the shots. Like the top side of the backboard.
Not even
Like
close.
Like, I can't even sniff like college level basketball, and my shot's nowhere near that bad.
No. Like, how does that happen?
I don't know.
Like, this is equilibrium.
He was never a
off.
good shooter, but like,
No, but like hit something.
yeah,
It's like when people take those dumb half court shots. You gotta hit something.
yeah.
Like, don't airmail it wide left, wide right. Like, if
West-
you're not gonna hit anything, at least be online.
Westbrook went for 7. All right, I guess I'm gonna have to start re-starring the players I want.
This is the Orlando Magic portion of the draft.
Yeah. So Wendell Carter Jr. He's up to 9. I mean, I think I got my big man rotation. I got Sabonis, Pirtle, and Nurkic. They could all play center. I could get one more guy who could play center. Wouldn't hurt. Who are we going to get as a nomination? Franz Wagner? You got like, I think 20 seconds to nominate somebody. Lonzo Ball.
And then what happens? Just auto nominate?
Then it'll do like the top ranked player that's left.
Gotcha.
So right now the top ranked player that's left
boy.
is 66.
This is an odd choice.
Lonzo Ball. So we do have injury reserve spots, but you can't draft into that. So you have to use a draft spot for it.
And then you pick up a free agent to
Then you
replace.
put him in there, and then and then you pick up a free agent. So this person bid $3, I guess, betting that there's going to be a free agent that he wants left after the draft.
Well, like your 13th pick is likely to be maybe someone valuable, right? So
Yeah, I mean, that strategy works a lot better with 10 and 12 team leagues. With
Yeah.
14, it's really going to be
there we go. How many Knicks are left now?
Derrick Rose. This has to be around the 10th Nick, right? Well, let's go through the lineup. We had Brunson, Fournier, RJ, Randall, Mitch. That's 5. We had Rose. We had Grimes.
Yeah, quickly.
We had Reddish, quickly. That's 9. Rose went for $2.
You're like, which guys are left? Let's see.
Yeah, that's probably an easier way to do it.
Now, did they cut down yet? Did they cut the roster down?
No, they did not cut the roster down. But I mean, we know who's
All right.
not going to.
I'm going to name some names. Archidiakono,
Probably cut.
Jalen Harris.
Definitely cut.
All right, so Barrett was picked, Brunson was picked, Fournier was picked, Grimes was picked.
Yep.
I said Jalen Harris. Isaiah Hartenstein,
Oh, yeah. No, he hasn't gotten nominated yet.
Baron Hunt,
He'll be cut.
Daquan Jeffries.
Cut.
Trevor Keels.
Cut.
Miles McBride.
Two-way contract. McBride will be on the team, but he won't get nominated.
Svi. I can't.
He's borderline.
Mikhailiuk.
He might get the very last spot.
Quickly, we said Randall got picked. Reddish got picked. Robinson just got picked. Rose just got picked. Jericho Sims.
I doubt he'll get nominated. He's like third string center.
And Obi went, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, there you go.
So Franz Wagner just went for 9. I'm in a bidding war for Jeremy Grant.
So when he took his picture, do you think they strategically placed that one dread right above his headband?
Probably. I lost for 11.
See, that's the problem with being behind. You're like, oh, I'm on to the next guy already. I'm staring at Jeremy Grant.
Harrison Barnes. He was all-star caliber for a while.
Yep.
Well, he's worth more than $1. I'm going to bid him up a little bit.
You still have $50?
Yeah, I saw $50, but I have 5 spots.
There's one other guy who has 49.
Barnes went for 3. So the top-ranked guy left on the board is Jalen Green at 71. I have a few guys on my list still. So,
Your original list or your new list?
well, my original list that I am putting on my new list. Jalen Green. I don't know much about Jalen Green. He's one of those. Houston's got like a bunch of guys that got drafted high and have a lot of potential.
Right. But it's hard to tell because they don't have anyone else.
Right. I feel like in a couple of years, though, Houston's going to be really good. They've been doing a good job at
Well,
drafting.
it should be.
I don't think they've drafted any like busts.
We'll talk about tanking.
Oops. I just got outbid on Jalen Green. He's up to 12. Apparently, a lot of people have had their eye on him.
That's pretty high. That's a lot of dollars for
Yeah.
this point in the game.
Yeah. Well, now it's me and one other guy with around $50, and nobody else has any money. Herbert Jones, fan favorite in New Orleans. Take a flyer for $1. And I'm outbid. Thing is, like, if Zion gets injured, he's going to play a lot of minutes. But if he isn't, he's
Right.
probably not going to do much. So it's like Zion insurance for $4. Yeah, almost everybody's out of money, so this is going to start going really quick. There's 4 teams with more than $11.
Bobby Portis. Talk about a fan favorite.
Bobby P. I feel like he's
I
a
like
fan
him,
favorite
actually.
in Milwaukee. I don't know how much he was liked in New York.
No, in Milwaukee, I mean. They love him there.
I mean, he had a really good year, too. He came
Yep.
from, like, a disappointing year in New York and, like, kind of kicked ass in Milwaukee. I got him for $3, and you know why I did that? Because I think Brook Lopez is going to completely fall off a cliff, and Portis is going to get a lot of minutes.
You might be right.
Zubac.
Zubats.
Is he going to go for $1? Projected 12, average 3.9. So not a lot of people have faith in him. He's a good player. He's like all the Clippers have an all injury mystery starting lineup. Like I've never seen like all 5 guys.
They're all dice rolls.
Yeah, like
Well,
an
they
entire starting lineup of that. It's insane.
Yep.
$4 for him. Right on league average. The top 75 guys, according to Yahoo, have all been drafted now. Kyle Lowry looked a little chubs last year.
Talk about old.
Yeah, he's getting up there. I feel like there was rumors the Knicks were going to get him like 5 years in a row, and then they just gave up.
Yep.
Projected 4, average 3.3. He's going for 3. I don't even want him at 3.
Mm.
It's my turn to nominate a player.
We have 4 picks, $47. About $12 a pick.
Which means I could pretty much have who I want. I do have the most money in the league now.
I think you always have to draft an Anthony. I think it's important as a Knicks fan.
So as it so happens, Anthony Simons was the one player I nominated that I actually wanted. So I got him for $8.
There you go.
He's gonna put up numbers in Portland. But he healed. I don't know why. Indiana has like 3 good players, and they're trying to trade 2 of them. I guess one Bayana. But the rumor was that the Lakers turned down Turner and Heald for Westbrook and 2 firsts. And if you're the Lakers, why wouldn't you do that? You're gonna waste
you're
like
gonna
LeBron's.
you're gonna get good picks. Yeah. I
mean,
don't know why you wouldn't do that.
No, you're giving the picks, but like the picks were
The
27,
picks are gonna be crappy then.
27
Yeah.
and 29.
I thought you meant the other way.
But you're gonna use like LeBron's like one of his last good years, and you're not gonna like add Heald
Put
and
talent
Turner
around him.
Yeah,
Yeah. Just think they won the COVID championship, which is not that long ago.
yeah.
They just fell off a cliff last year.
Heald went for 12. I was gonna bid on him, and then I realized he shot 40% last year. I can't be having that. That's really bad.
Yeah, that's not good.
So I had $39 and 3 players left.
We've gone blurry again. Now
Damn
we're
you,
clear.
Optimum. So who are we nominating? Brandon Clark. Memphis is another like
Deep team.
very deep team. Clark had a decent role last year.
Yep.
I feel like I'm talking myself into Clark.
You got to talk yourself into a couple people.
I think I got to talk myself into some guards. That's what I got to talk myself.
Are we? So do we have to scroll down? Is anyone beyond 9 picks yet?
One. Yeah.
Okay, I see it. Oh, you.
Oh shit! I just got Brandon Clark for 5. I got to be careful. At least he's a small forward. I needed a small forward.
So now you have 11 guys.
I have 11 guys.
Oh, I see the numbers there. I forgot you said that. Dinwiddie. Maybe
Okay.
worth pickup.
I was about to bid on Dinwiddie. I got to be very careful. I only have 2 spots left. I have somehow I have the most roster spots filled. I don't know how that happened.
Probably because you're doing a podcast while you're drafting.
And drinking a lot of tequila.
That too.
It's not a good combination. It's like I'm trying to like make an interesting podcast and get drunk and do a intricate. You know, after a couple tequila shots, you feel like you want to bid on everybody.
This guy just got traded, right? Bogdanovich?
Yeah, on Detroit. I mean, he's going to be good for Detroit.
Yep.
Just went for 3. Dinwiddie went for 5. So I'm going to have a lot of money left. I have $34 left.
Uh-oh.
Nobody's going for more than 5.
Trade some money. Too bad you can't make an in-draft trade.
I really messed up.
That sucks.
I have so much money left.
It's not my fault. I'm watching baseball.
Yeah, I have a lot. The thing is, I have nobody to bid against. I wasn't counting on everyone else running out of money. It's like Vassal's on my list, but like nobody's going to outbid me for him, so I'll just take him.
So what's the worst place during a sporting event to put your closed captioning? Over the score.
Yeah.
Or the count. Or whatever is the most important thing that you need to see on the screen besides the action.
Markelle Fultz.
Markelle Fultz. What was his free throw? Wow. How did he shoot last year? That's better than I would have thought. They worked his little hitch and his giddy up out a little bit, at least, I guess. Trust the process.
So who do I need? I need
You're pretty much even.
yeah.
You got a lot more purple, which is power forwards.
It's a pretty well rounded
Got
team though.
Yeah, and then you got 2 of everything else. It looks like, right?
Yeah. I could go for like
I don't know what your number one. I can't see the first pick. I forgot who you picked first.
Brunson.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty well rounded team. Maybe shooting guard, small forward.
You only have 2 small forwards.
So Fultz went for $1, Trent Jr. went for $6, Kevin Porter Jr. went for $3. Well, I have $30 left.
The Lone Rangers, like, they need to start picking.
How many?
They only have 6 picks.
And Noel is 5.
Right. And Lone Rangers only has $9. They're basically going to be spending $1 a guy. Noel too, for the most part, $2 a guy.
Okongwu, another Atlanta center. Do you think he's going to play when he's got?
The other 2 in front of him?
Yeah,
No.
you got Collins and Capella.
Unless they want to go big up front.
Kevin
Two
Porter
of them
Jr.
on
went
the
for
same
$3.
time.
I had Kevin Porter Jr. last year, and he had so many turnovers. It was insane.
Turnovers are negative stats?
Yeah. He would have games with like 7 and 8 turnovers. It was so aggravating.
I like when they get 10, because that should be part of a triple-double, by the way.
It should. I think it does count. Okongwu had 1 for 4. Sadiq Bey, he's going for 5.
I could see that. He's not bad. On that team, especially.
Maybe I should have went for him. I don't know who to use my last pick on.
Well, you have a view of the board.
Yeah, the top 90 picks are all gone. I have it down to 2 guys. I don't know which one to pick. Oh, wait.
Brogdon. Mm-mm.
Oh, man, there's like 4 guys I want now. Can I like undraft Brandon Clark?
You should be able to drag and drop a trade.
See, this is why it's annoying that my stars disappeared.
Because you forgot you had guys you wanted.
Yeah, I had. God damn it! All right, well, I'll get the guy I want, obviously.
Maybe a couple of them who left in free agency.
Yeah, that's true. But like, who do I drop? Like, what if I drop Clark and he has a good season? Like I did with Kuzma last year. I dropped him and he averaged like 18 points a game.
Oh, another Nick.
Isaiah Hartenstein, so that's 10. We got 10 Knicks drafted. He went for $1. Brogdon went for 2. So I'm gonna have to draft to nominate the guy I want because I only have 1 spot left.
Right. But you're gonna get him. You have the most money.
I just start the bidding at $30, just so it looks like
Mr.
I
October's up. Mr. October.
Reggie Jackson. Because if
he has good games from time to time.
If I nominate a guy for 30, it'll look like I managed my money correctly.
That'd be messed up if you would mess up the other guy can't even. You could actually do 29.
No, I could do 30 because I only have 1 spot left.
Right, but true. But what I'm saying is, whatever that teammate he has to only could spend $29 on a player.
Oh yeah.
Because he's got to have 2 other picks. Actually, he could spend 30. My bad.
Well,
you could do 31-1.
I'm gonna get him for $1, so this is aggravating.
Oh, is this the guy you want?
Yeah.
Owens Highland? You left $30 on the table. That sucks.
That's terrible. That's really bad. I think I messed up. I mean, I feel like I have a good team. I just, I guess I could have gotten...
Some better caliber.
Yeah, I could have traded, like, instead of a Clark, I got to get a guy for, like, 35, which would have been, like, a borderline all-star. Yeah, I really did not manage my money well at all.
So now that you're done, is the rest of the draft boring to you?
Pretty boring. Pretty boring. At least it's going to go quick. Because, like, nobody has any money, so there should be no bidding.
Yeah, there's like basically one team with money.
And he only has 2 spots left, so he's in the same position I was. He's got $29 with 2 spots left, and everyone's going for, like, $1 to $3.
Oh, Brooke Lopez, dude.
Trey Jones went for 3. Brooke Lopez. Bidding war. He's up to 2. I think that's all it's going to be. $2. It's good he went for 2 to Sam Milwaukee because that was the most he could bid.
Yep. Maximizing his dollars.
Oladipo. So now I'm just sitting here hoping like the 2 guys I want don't get drafted, and then I could drop somebody and take them.
You're gonna have to tell us if they get drafted.
I will. They will. They will. There's so many guys left that need to be drafted still.
And in the pecking order, they're there.
What do we got? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15,
You have about 20 picks left.
32.
Right.
No, there's like
30.
60 picks left.
60? We have to end this podcast early.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Oh,
I say make it a 2-hour podcast.
What are we at?
157. Almost. Although if you got on a little early. No one
I got on, I think, 2 minutes before you jumped on.
Okay.
I cut it very, very close.
Yeah, I didn't want to get into that. That's another podcast topic. The reason why I was late. Not even late. I was actually on time.
Well, we'll have you on, Brink, because I want to hear it. James Weissman, who apparently is going to play this season. Which is weird that they projected him at 0 if he's going to play.
It helps the championship team even more.
He's projected at, like, shooting a really good field goal percentage, and they projected him at 0. Very strange. Well, he went for 3.
Not a lot of volume.
Not a lot of volume, but, like, yeah. I guess he's gonna mean more on the court than he is in fantasy.
In fantasy, yeah.
But I mean, that could be a huge game changer as far as, like, if he can split minutes with Green and not burn Green out, that's huge. Okay, first player in the draft, I don't know. Isaiah Jackson on Indiana.
There you go. I appreciate you admitting that. we should do that every year now.
Do what?
LeBron James, who is this? I can't believe he's on these dumbass AT&T commercials. He's so annoying. I can't stand him.
I think anybody who likes him has to just be a front runner because he's not likable.
Like, I don't understand it. Like, who would like him?
Front runners.
People buy his shitty jerseys and I don't know.
No.
I refuse to watch Space Jam 2.
No, I didn't watch it either.
No way. Told my kids, watch the old one if you want to watch anything.
Right.
Just for Sean Bradley alone.
The first one was really good.
It was good.
I heard the second one sucked anyway.
I'm sure kids are like, it was awesome. I love LeBron. He's the best. Please. He was hateable since day one. You know when he really became hateable? When he left the court and didn't shake hands with the Celtics at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's when I was like, what a douche.
Yeah. So we'll just do the show until my 2 guys come off.
Okay. That's fair.
Because they're coming up. Like if nobody
Or
nominates somebody,
are they?
yeah. If nobody
Well,
nominates somebody,
don't give anyone a hint.
Yeah, I mean, there's like 40 picks left.
I mean, honestly, did some people log off and just go in auto mode at this point?
No, everybody's still here. They're making
Okay.
fun of in the chat. They're making fun of my $29.
Which chat?
The draft chat.
Oh, okay, in the Yahoo chat.
Yeah, it's you can't see it on your screen because like,
No, because I'm not a user.
well, I would have had to shrink the screen down too much to add
Yeah.
that, and like, I feel like it's small enough already.
Well, don't switch anyway because your star guys are probably shown on your screen, so we don't want to give that away.
I could just unstar them.
Well, I guess at this point, but yeah, you could.
I mean, it doesn't really matter
It means absolutely zips.
because I mean, like they would have to not get drafted for the next like 50 picks,
Just-
which I don't see happening.
It just doesn't seem like there should be that many picks left.
It really doesn't, but like, there's teams with like 6. That's the thing. I wasn't like they're making fun of me for having all this money left. They all blew their money so quickly. Like I've never
Right.
seen a draft where the draft was halfway through and everyone's out of money. I mean, right? Like you've
Yeah.
done this a couple
No,
years
I mean,
in a
some of
row.
those-
Like, have you seen the draft? Like everybody out of money, like right away.
No, there's a bunch of guys that like are literally on austerity, and they still have 5 or 6 picks left.
I mean, maybe that's good for my team. Like I got a lot of guys in like the $8 to $12 range, and
Yeah, I mean, the bad thing is you did leave money on the table where you could have upgraded 1 or 2 positions possibly.
right. But like a lot of these guys are just like
Maybe
going to
even
have
3.
6 $1 players.
Right.
So maybe my team isn't that bad actually.
Well, do we know who last year like got the most value for their buy? I wonder if they show that, like, like they were frugal but did well.
No, I can tell you like who was on the championship team, but I can't tell you like
Yeah, how many like cheap shitty players are on the championship team?
maybe I could.
Is this one of your guys, by the way?
Mobamba, no, he wanted to be on the
Oh.
Knicks. He was like posting on Twitter and stuff that he wanted to be on the Knicks.
Mobamba seems like a guy that you would go after.
No, he wasn't on my list. So yeah, everyone's going for $1 too. It's not even really interesting that Keegan Murray went for $4. That was like the hot.
Well, if you look at everyone's balances, they're all $5, $6, $7, $8. So they're all going to be dollar players.
Yeah, one guy finished with $26. So at least I'm not the only
Yes.
one who messed up.
The 2 of you who had the most money, like at the end, ended up with the most money at the end. Like
Yeah.
towards the end, ended up with the end. So who's done? Just 2 people are done now, right? One is almost
Yeah,
done.
2 people are done, and everyone else is less than $10. So I think everybody else is just going to be.
Right, and just nominating and picking.
But 3 guys are done now. Yeah, it's going to
Like,
be quick now.
is the software smart enough to know that nobody could bid at some point and just be like, all right, he's yours?
Maybe. Yeah, like yeah, I think as
When are we
long
gonna
as
do the
somebody has
When are we going to do the WNBA fantasy league? I was part of that.
that would be fun because I don't think anybody would know any of the players. Like I know
Well,
Diana.
the only player anyone knows is in Russia right now.
I mean, I know Diana Taurasi, but she's like 40.
She's going to retire.
Yeah.
I probably think.
After breaking like every single record there is.
Yeah.
I mean, she's like legit really good.
Oh, of course. No, Sue Bird retired, right? We know
Yeah.
Long Island represent.
Clarkson going for the most comical look of the off season.
If 1 year, if I was a veteran, I would take like a picture with like goofy eyeballs and shit.
Can you wear just like a Groucho nose and glasses?
Yeah, like the Bobby Valentine, like back in the day when he came out of the dugout. Yeah, I would totally do that. You know why? Because it would trend. Like people
Yeah.
are like, what's with this guy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything to get you some some publicity or popularity. Why not, right?
It's all about the social medias nowadays.
Yep.
I forgot about Norm Powell. That's a good pick. Guy puts up big numbers when he plays. Bit of an injury history, but when he plays, he averages like 20 points a game.
It's like the theme with the Clippers.
Oh, yeah, his Clippers again. That's so funny. Every single guy has an injury history.
Well, if it all works out, they should be awesome.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
It's not all going to work.
Yeah, on paper, they're like a championship team, but they need all those injury-prone players, guys, to stay healthy. All right. You know, it's funny. The second guy in this whole draft that I don't know, and it was also on Indiana, Jalen Smith.
His name might as well be John.
Yeah. John Doe.
Bill Johnson.
So everybody has at least 7 players now. It's basically just everybody's going for $1.
That's still bizarre to me. But especially when like 2 or 3 teams are like pretty much donezo.
Yeah. I can't believe I was the first team done. I was like the last team to draft.
You're like, fuck this, I'm drafting everything.
I do that every year. I hold cool until
I have no
like,
patience for any of you fuckers. I'm drafting.
I hold until like the alcohol kicks in, and then I just go
The
crazy.
Great White Hope. Here we are.
Gordon Hayward.
What would have happened if he didn't get hurt that year with the Celtics?
Seriously,
Well, they
I mean,
never know.
that guy would have been like 8-time All-Star.
I remember that was the first game of the year, right?
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Marketing, he's going to put up good numbers because who else is
Nobody
in Utah?
else can.
He was
How
on
many
that
teams has he been on now? Like 3, 4?
Let's see. He started on Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Then he went to Cleveland. Now he's on
Yep.
Utah. He went for $2. How many teams do we have finished now? 1, 2, 3. 3. Yeah, they all spent their money so fast.
Yeah, like the first 3 guys. Levert.
See, now there's players like Levine, they're going to go for $1.
Which is a bargain for a player like him.
Yeah. Although
Not much.
Cleveland's so stacked, like he's gonna put up some numbers. What was he like? Their 7th man now.
I always feel like he gets no respect.
Yeah,
Because he put numbers up in Brooklyn.
he did. Yeah, they had to blow it up for Durant.
Yep. And yet nobody still cares in New York. Nobody cares.
Isaiah
Seriously.
Stewart. Yeah,
Like an all-time NBA player, and nobody cares about that team.
yeah, it's pretty funny.
Maybe nationally they do, but not here.
I don't think nationally either.
Yeah, but they talk about it a lot on those stupid-ass shows, though. I agree. You might be right. Like although he's big on Twitter because he's such a baby. Have 10 burner accounts.
I know. I love when he gets caught with his burner accounts.
The sharpest tool in the shed.
Isaiah Stewart, Cam Johnson, $2 each. So that's the bidding war now. It goes from 1 to 2. Jeremy Sochan, the 3rd player. I don't know.
It's the whole Spurs bench.
Yeah. Spurs have actually had a surprising amount of players get drafted.
I can't believe Popovich is still coaching, by the way.
I say that while having 2 Spurs on my team. I think Pirtle's going to have a good year, though.
Who knows? Maybe they'll be, because it's like witness protection down there. I mean, they might be good. You never know. I feel like Popovich only had a good career because he had like all-time players.
He did, but he had what, a 2nd rounder and like a 30th pick that he turned into all-timers. So
Yeah.
Boucher, I'm done with.
But think about it. Before Duncan, his record wasn't good.
Yeah. Well, no,
He
they
wrote-
were a really good team, and then they had that one off year when Robinson got injured and they tanked. But like they were
Right.
a playoff team, like the whole '90s.
Yeah, but he wasn't their coach.
Oh yeah, true.
Like Avery Johnson, right?
Yeah.
And then it was Vinny Del Fuego their coach at one point, or he was their player?
Yeah, he was player and coach. Yeah.
Who else was the coach beforehand? It was like
I don't know. If you can remember coaches from West Coast teams in the 90s, you've got.
Oh no, I can. George Lucas.
Wow.
I'm not even looking. You can see I have no device. Yeah. Is Bob Hill maybe their coach at one point? Former Knicks coach? Now I'm going to cheat.
You're doing a deep dive now. Guess that's what happens 2 hours into the podcast.
Yeah. Random horrible Knicks coaches of the past.
Let's name just random coaches.
Let's see.
So we said we ended the show when my two guys got drafted. They still have not. So we just had Isaiah Stewart, Cam Johnson, Sochan, Boucher, Crowder, and Nick Claxton.
All right, here we go. San Antonio Spurs head coaches. Yeah, Bob Hill was before Greg Popovich.
Hmm.
Oh, he was decent with them, 124 and 58.
Yeah, they were a playoff team the whole 90s except that one
John
year.
Lucas was before him.
Mm-hmm.
Does he look like George Jefferson? Then, I forgot about Jerry Tarkanian. Wow. And then we can't forget about Larry Brown.
Mm-hmm. I didn't realize he was Spurs, too.
88 to 92.
Hmm.
So.
Damn, there's some good players getting drafted. Chris Duarte and now Aaron Gordon.
Jerry Tarkanian. Wow.
Are you guys almost done drafting your guys for $1?
Aaron Gordon. He's a good player, too.
Can anybody get drafted for more than $1? Let's see. Yes.
No.
Yep, Duhan could bid 2.
Yes, you're correct. I was going bottom to top. Yes, Duhan's the only one who could bid 2.
And Starks 2 for 18 could bid 2.
Oh, is that true? I can't see his team.
He's got 1 spot left and he's got $2.
Okay.
So we still
He's
have
not
potential.
displayed.
He's not displayed.
He's probably on the bottom of the list.
There's Starks 2 for 18 and $2 given. Oh, am I cutting them off? Let me see.
Noel's the last thing. You'll see it when you.
I'm adjusting the screen.
There it is. Now I see it. Now I don't. Now I really don't. Now I do.
Yeah, there's one more.
There you go. Now we can see picks 3 through 13.
There we go.
Was that porno that you had on behind you?
All right. Cole Anthony, Oubre, Marvin Bagley.
Where's Melo?
Can you imagine?
Come on, somebody pick Melo.
He's got to be on a team to draft. Can you imagine drafting Bagley over Doncic?
Why would that have happened? Oh, in the draft, yeah.
I mean, that's like one of the all-time worst draft.
Well, think about what a trade that we talked about this before. The Doncic for
Trae Young.
Doncic for Trae Young.
I mean, either one of those is light years better than.
Oh yeah, but what a crazy trade when you think about it.
So
it was crazy at the time.
It was. So Tari Eason is the guy I said the Knicks should draft this year. So he'll be my new Harry Halliburton. He's averaged like 22 points a game in preseason.
Preseason?
Yeah. So keep an eye on him. He's going to be the next guy where you're like...
He wasn't one of the guys, was he?
He just got... no, I actually... you know what? I think I did star him. But he wasn't the one of the two I was thinking of. But yeah, I'm like... The Knicks could have had him. I'm pretty mad. I still can't believe the two guys are still there. Monte Morris, the last guy in the top 99. He was, Denver last year? Now he's back up in Washington. I think we're finally almost done.
I hate this in all drafts, by the way. Like this part of it, like it's just like, oh god, like what are we thinking about? Like just draft.
Tim Hardaway Jr.
The worst is like when someone takes a minute and a half over their like last pick. Like
Right.
it's your last pick. Like it's not gonna make or break your team.
Tim Hardaway Jr. So he was out all playoffs last year.
Yep.
If they had him last year, they might have won a little further.
Oh, I see. On the right side of your screen is the draft order. We didn't see that earlier, which is fine. I mean, what you had on the screen worked.
Oh, it's also the chat.
Oh,
So
okay.
you can see this is what people are talking about, but it's what everybody picked as well.
Gotcha. Now, are they listening to the podcast at the same time or no?
I think some are, some aren't. I think most aren't. Because you know what? It's distracting.
It's your fault. You wanted to do it.
I know.
So I'm like, hey, Jay, let's have a podcast so I can watch your draft. Then we won't blame me. Mike Conley.
I like self-sabotage myself every year.
You did. I'm kicking my own ass.
Well, Mike Conley was that was the bidding war we were waiting for. He went for $2.
Heyo.
Was that the last bidding war, or there's still one? Yeah, that's it. Right? I'm still going through.
Yeah, the clock is ticking. No, actually, it looks like it's. Is it going quick?
Yeah.
Are we in quick mode now?
So there's
Alex Caruso.
nobody can bid.
Alex
on it.
Caruso, guy in the NBA that doesn't look like he should be in the NBA.
Alex Caruso is one of the two on my list
No,
because he gets so many steals. So many steals.
You have to admit, he looks like a guy that should be playing with us.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think as soon as they nominate, they're gonna because nobody can bid
Kevin
now.
Love.
So as soon as people nominate,
He's still in the league.
I know.
Wow. There's two guys, I think, in the NBA that look like guys that shouldn't be playing in the NBA. Caruso's one. Who's the guy in Utah who has like the bald spot? Maybe he's not on Utah anymore.
Oh, Bogdanovich?
No.
Pretty sure he has a bald spot.
Maybe, but not the guy I'm thinking of. I don't remember.
So it does do this now. Now that nobody can bid,
It's in fast mode.
as soon as you nominate a player, you get the player. So it's
Smart.
going super fast now.
Smart.
So we just
Yeah,
had
there it goes.
after Caruso, we had Jalen Duran, Kevin Love, Jared Vanderbilt, Steven Adams,
Yeah,
Derek
you
White,
might as well start saying the names because it's blurry.
Duncan Robinson, Rashawn Holmes, and I can't pronounce his first name, Dort. Benedict Mathurin,
Where's Taco Fall? Come on.
Jaden Ivey.
Oh, Ingles.
Ingles. Okay.
That's the other guy I was thinking of. I
Miles
didn't even have
Bridges.
to look it up. I just remembered when I was about to look it up.
Miles Bridges, who isn't even on a team, just got drafted.
Well, then there's hope for Melo. Come on.
That's
this is
true.
a Knicks league. This is a Knicks league. Someone pick Melo.
Kyle Anderson.
He's coming home.
Top 106 players have all been.
Melo. Melo.
So now we're actually almost done with the draft. I think there's like 10 picks left.
No, yeah, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 picks.
12 picks. So this should literally be 1 minute because as soon as they nominate, they get them. Jonathan Kuminga. People are really thinking about these last picks. Gary Payton second. He was one of my starred guys that I forgot about.
You should pick all the guys that have fathers that play at the NBA.
That would be funny. Legacy
Tim
team.
Hardaway. Yeah. Jalen Brunson.
Oh, I started there.
Yep.
Curry.
Yeah, what about Sabonis?
There you go. Josh Hart. That was the other guy.
Both Currys. Both Currys.
Josh Hart was the other guy on my list.
Where is the other Curry still in the Nets?
Yes.
Did he go?
No.
Wow.
Jalen Suggs. So I think we're
He had a
down
good
to,
year until he got to the Nets.
down to 9 picks. Trey Mann. Yeah, this wasn't like this last year. Like, everyone spent all their money very quickly.
Yeah, this is definitely a different experience from what I remember.
I was honestly expecting to spend like $10 per player for the last half of the draft, and after I got Banchero for 12, like I got $5 was the most I spent on anybody.
Is that Joe Harris? I can't see.
Yeah, Derek Schroeder, Joe Harris. I got Anthony Simons, which is going to be the second best guy in Portland, for $8.
There you go.
Yeah, we got people leaving the draft now.
Oh yeah, I can see they're exiting. Yep.
Batum, Dollar. What we got left?
4.
4 picks left. Beasley. So there's some players left. I have to make decisions now.
You have to look at free agency. 3 picks.
Who would you drop on my team though?
I can't see your teams.
Okay, well, obviously Jalen Brunson, Holiday, Simons, Barnes, Sabonis, Kuzma, Pirtle. Those are all keepers, right?
Yeah.
Then I have Nurkic, who should probably be a keeper. Banchero, Portis, Brandon Clark, Vassell, or Highland.
Depends on what you trade off.
I feel like Clark is the only one that's maybe a drop.
2 picks left.
So we just had Jaden McDaniels and Thomas Bryant. This is 2 picks left. You still have Tyus Jones, Dorian Finney-Smith, Bruce Brown, Will
All
Barton.
right, who's Mr. Irrelevant?
The Dallas starting center, JaVale McGee, is still undrafted.
That's pretty bad.
That was it.
All right. Now, what's that clock in the top left mean? They're like aggregating everything?
So that's how long this screen is going to be available for.
Oh, I see. All right. So there it is. Another one in the books.
So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about my team.
I don't know either.
I feel like this could go either way, right?
Well, we thought like your screw up last year really was going to cost you, and I don't think it did that much. I don't think the screw up this year was as bad as last year, except the fact that you left money on the table.
And really, everyone else just went really
Hog wild in the beginning.
absolutely.
Well, here's my theory. If you suck this year, you're going to have to go to hog wild mode next year.
Yeah, agreed.
That will be, so remember, we'll bookmark this like part of the podcast so you remember it, because it's either holding back or going balls to the wall like some of these guys did. See what happens, which philosophy works and which one doesn't.
Yeah, that'll be a good thing to.
Because there were like 2 teams, maybe 3 that did what you did, and then there were like 6 or 7 that went balls to the wall, and the other ones kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
So,
I wonder if they have. Sometimes they have. They like pre-rank how they think.
Oh, the draft rank, yeah, they do that, but I don't know if it does it like instantly.
Right.
I think that's what's happening in these next 9 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. Is it probably? You know why they leave this up too? Because I think as a commissioner, you could reverse picks if you had to. God forbid something weird happened. You're allowed to like kind of, pause the draft, reverse the draft.
I mean, I'm GM. I could just swap a guy.
Yeah, you could play God.
Yeah.
I'm the God.
Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I definitely didn't. You drafted Brand Clark. I didn't. I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, I didn't leave $29 on the table. What are you kidding? In fact, I have -1. Ha. All right, sir. I'm going to log off.
Yeah, thank you for joining. It was fun.
It's good. Good times.
I swear
next year.
last year they had a thing where they ranked what they thought everybody's team was.
Can you check your email?
No, it was within the Yahoo thing. I don't see it this year. Like,
Is there nothing there?
I'm going in draft results and it's just showing like who was picked. But like,
Okay.
I swear last year it it like ranked each team and what they
Well,
thought.
if it does it after the fact, just edit the podcast
Yeah.
and do a bad edit so you know it's an edit.
Right.
Like do it from like a tunnel so it sounds like the audio is completely different, so everyone knows you really edited it.
Yeah.
Now you could go burn your shirt because they're gonna suck this year. It'd be so bad. I hate them.
All right.
Come
I'm going
on.
to play the goodbye music.
All right, I will not talk over it. Only when Mark's here.
Okay.
My love,